Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone studios. The Tennessee Titans have announced several staff changes today. Luke Stalker was promoted to tight ends coach. John Fossil was officially named the special teams coordinator. And Tony Oden was hired as the passing game coordinator / cornerbacks coach. That means Colt Anderson, Chris Harris, and Justin Otten will not return in 2025. Also, some reported changes to the Titans front office as they are expected to hire former Raiders general manager Dave Ziegler as the assistant general manager and Dolphins executive Reggie McKenzie in a key senior scouting role to join Chad Brinker and Mike Berganzi. In college basketball news, Tennessee men's team drops to number 8 in the AP poll after falling 53-51 to number 1 Auburn on Saturday. Vanderbilt is now ranked at number 24 after beating Kentucky at home. The Commodores are now 16-4 after winning just 9 games all of last season. Tonight, the number 18 Lady Vols host number 2 South Carolina. Head coach Kim Caldwell, just 7 days removed from giving birth to her son Connor, is set to return to the sideline to coach Tennessee. Tip-off for that one is at 6 on ESPN2. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once in your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville 3? Tails on the air. Britt Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're having a great Monday. Lucas Panziga, while leaving the studio before we started the show, said, "Congratulations, Dawn. Enjoy your victory lap."
Hey!
Congratulations, Babsy. Congratulations, Babsy.
Hey, that was a good game.
That was a really good game.
Auburn takes down number 6 Tennessee 53-51. I tried to make the point, and I was not asked to make this point, but I tried to make the point that actually Dawn lost because Auburn was favored by 6.5.
No.
And they won by 2.
I said, we don't go by Vegas odds. Only you degenerates over there do.
That's very true. You won, Babsy.
And listen, if we would have said with the points or we would have talked about that, then that could have been a different conversation.
No, I wanted it straight up because you know what? I didn't want no help. I wanted everybody, like I wanted Broom to be able to play. I wanted y'all at a full clip. I wanted us as a full clip. Like I wanted us to get after it because it's just it means more first and foremost, and also it was SEC championship, regular season championship implications on the line for this one. So I needed everybody to be who they're supposed to be. And, y'all, I knew going into it was going to be a dogfight. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So,
well, especially because nobody knew if Broom was definitely going to play or not.
Right. No, yeah.
I mean, that was...
and if he did, would he be limited? Which he wasn't. He had a huge impact on that game. But
beyond that.
Yeah, from a...
I wish he put that little thing down.
I got my Auburn shaker. Actually, I'm going to pass it over to you for your intro.
I honestly thought Auburn was going to blow them out. But
right, and they did not.
No, guess what?
So that was the lowest scoring game.
To hold that offense to 53, look, I'm in no way in favor of moral victories like Tennessee lost, Auburn won, all those things. But the truth of the situation, there was not going to be a loser. If that game was tight in terms of RPI and all that stuff in terms of tournament bracket resume, it was not going to hurt either team.
That's right.
So to lose by 2 on the road at number 1, not going to hurt you. What are you doing, Babs?
I don't know why this lady is over here bothering me.
Ron Slay is in the building.
You are something else. You are something else.
She set something up for you.
Yeah! Shake that palm. Shake that Auburn shaker.
This is cute. And what y'all don't know, Babsy didn't even, she got one of my faves to call me and leave me a video. Baby Babs.
Jump Zeph.
And I knew once Baby Babs was all in on this was going down the wrong road. So,
yeah.
Baby Babs gave me the War Damn Eagle chant, before the game started.
The game?
And after the game.
That's right.
Yeah, so.
Actually, I believe she said, "What happened, Slay?"
Yeah, she sure did.
War Eagle.
She sure did. That means she was really into it. Baby Babs, I will remember that next time I'm babysitting you. You going to bed 2 hours early. Melatonin will be in effect.
I'll tell you this about that game, fandom aside, that felt like a Final Four game.
Yes.
I mean, it was intense. It was physical. Both defenses, I mean, every shot was contested.
And I am a man of my word, so I do.
I knew something was coming up. I knew something was under that
I
sweatshirt.
knew that you would pay up your bet.
Honor my word and commitment.
Is that a Bruce Pearl special right there?
This is absolutely out of their training room, locker room, whatever room.
How about that, Babs?
Facility.
This is the greatest day on 3HL ever.
This is foolery. Tomfoolery.
Do we have any crazy stories today? Lots of people are asking, have they found the Chunky Junkie?
No word on the Chunky Junkie. The Chunky Junkie is, I guess, vanished onto bigger or smaller rides. And I have no earthly idea. So, I mean, the gun is registered that was stolen. So
Slay told the story on Friday, and just to bullet point it, he pulled into the Shell station on Franklin Road and Old Hickory Boulevard about 11 o'clock at night to get Gatorades for his kid for school the next day, and his wife, Chris, and his sister were in the car next to him. He runs in, leaves the car on because it was cold outside, had the key in his pocket, sees a 5'4", like,
Chunky Junkie
come in. She was getting weird stuff to buy, like water.
No, she already had weird stuff with her.
Oh, she was just holding.
It's like a sock
Yeah,
puppet.
a sock and a water bottle.
Yeah.
Like what do those do together?
I don't know.
Socks and water bottles. Like
So Slay goes up
But
to
just
pay.
one sock.
yeah, not socks. It was one sock.
In the corner of his eye, he sees his car door open. This 5'4" Chunky Junkie gets in, and I mean, floors it in reverse onto Franklin Road. Amazing she didn't hit anybody or hit a gas pump.
Yeah.
If you've been to that gas station.
Yeah. Or slip off the brake and just fly on into the next
Drops it down into forward and goes through the light.
Yep.
Over the median.
Jump the median.
Tires. Shout out Garth Bolden.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, Gateway tires came through. Great tires.
His tire did not pop.
They don't pop.
So she goes down Old Hickory. So Slay's wife, Chris, throws her car in reverse and goes after her. Mm-hmm. Slade thinking not a good idea, but not a lot you could do about it. So now insurance is calling him right now. So he goes inside to call the police. Meanwhile, Chris is chasing the Chunky Junkie up and down Old Hickory Boulevard, multiple U-turns. And then Chunky Junkie ends up on 65 going toward Harding, goes from the fast lane to the exit. Chris tries
Cuts
to
off a semi.
Cuts off a semi. Chris tries to do the same thing, spins out, hits the wall, bashes up the end of her car. She's okay. Everybody involved is okay.
Apparently,
I guess.
Chunky Junkie's okay, too.
Yeah, so she headed down Harding, like toward the zoo. She wanted to go see the animals or something. Flipped the car multiple times on Nolensville. By the time they get there, she's not there. Slay's registered pistol, which was in the car, gone, and there's no blood on the scene. She flipped the vehicle multiple times. And so somebody in our chat was like, you're not going to catch a crackhead. And they haven't. So the update to the story is they haven't found her. They haven't found the gun.
Nope.
Apparently, she's invincible.
Yes, he is a superhero for all Chunky Junkies. But
unreal.
Yeah, beyond unreal. But this is, let me say this. About
hang on.
somebody.
Say this.
My people. I thought that was my people until they took it. But yeah, this is a lot. we were foreshadowing all of this.
Yeah, we were leading up to this.
Yeah, but so a lot of people in the chat said Slay have some pride. Listen, man, I make bets, I honor my bets. But let me tell y'all this.
That's right.
In going back to the game.
It's honorable.
Yeah, these are my 3 keys.
Yeah.
For Tennessee to go down and make it a game. 1, Zakai Ziegler plays like an All-American point guard. That's one.
He did.
He brought it. Controlled pace, made big shots. Defensively,
14.6 rebounds, 5 assists. How many steals?
No, just stayed out of foul trouble. Yeah. And probably played down to 40 if he didn't play all 40. The second was ball security and shot selection. Because this leads Auburn to playing in the open floor and both give more offensive possessions. You got to limit Auburn's offensive possessions. So that's 2 checks. The third one was a no-break mentality. The jungle is going to test you. The pressure is going to test you. Don't let it overtake you. Tennessee answered the bell on all of them. I mean, you can't – the tilting force in this entire game was Janai Broome, National Player of the Year. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts.
I mean, a game like that comes down to the last shot, beautifully designed play. Auburn says that they had that play down defensively.
And they did.
But
the switch was there. He still got open.
But Z ended up with an open shot, and look, you make the shot, you win. You lose it, you miss a shot, you lose. It came down to that.
And this is what you got to understand.
Two of the best teams in the country.
Going through all of this, like everybody plays are going to be known. It's always the execution of the play that gets the play done. Like everybody knew it was one particular play, Baker Mazara set a down screen for Janai Broome to curl and get a wide open layup. Tennessee knew that was coming, but Baker Mazara did a phenomenal job. He moved a little bit on the screen, but the way the game was officiated, that was all cool. So he got a wide open layup. Everybody, like, you know what's coming. It's just up to you to stop it. Like, if I'm a boxer, you know how I box.
What did you tell us? Because I think I sent that talking about Auburn's. Bruce Pearl had said their special teams coach, which I'm like, what?
Like
what
the
are we doing?
OTAs and all that. Yeah.
Anyway, had pointed out that exact play in the huddle as one to watch for, that it was coming.
Yep.
Sure enough, it was. And your point was every team knows every team's plays at this point, and you don't really see wrinkles until you get into postseason
Absolutely.
play.
And it'll still be the same play. It will just be a wrinkle instead of, like, say for that play, Zakai came off a back screen and got to the corner. Instead, it would be Zakai setting a flare screen for somebody and them going to the corner. So it'll be something small where it looks the same, where you just got to pay attention to detail.
And
but
then
in the
you can
tournament,
get that edge in tournament play.
That's
when
all
it
you need.
really matters.
And that's all you need. That
because
one
you
play.
put this on tape all season.
Imagine how that changes. Like, you go back to when Bruce Pearl was coaching Tennessee and Chris Lofton hit that corner three that sent that team to the Elite Eight. Like, that was an out-of-bounds play.
The Winthrop game.
The Winthrop game.
Through that pass.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's little wrinkles like that you'll see throughout. But, man, you ain't got no time in the regular season to throw wrinkles. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, let's just go out here and execute.
Zakai Ziegler, 39 minutes. Janai Broome, who we didn't know if he was going to play, and if he did, he'd be limited, 33 minutes.
Yeah, they said 15 to 20 minutes. I played 33 minutes.
You can't get an athlete on the floor. Like, once he's on the floor.
Not in that environment.
No, I'm not
with that kind of competitive juice, like game day there.
Any other game.
Yeah, maybe you could get, but Tennessee? What? Top 10? No, dog. Maybe if it was LSU, they would have settled.
NFL championship game, Eagles run for 229 yards and 7 touchdowns, and Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl again. We'll talk about it next. If you want in, Dick will lead us off, 615-737-1045.
Want to tell you about Zen Sports, the newest sports betting app right here in Tennessee. And they always have great contests going on that you can benefit from. And this month, they have a grand prize winner that's going to win a $10,000 bonus bet on the NFL big game and $10,000 cash or an alternative prize of $15,000 cash. Yes, you can still earn entries right now on every bet you place with Zen Sports in January. Every dollar you wager, plus you earn 10 times the entries on all parlay bets. And if you're a new customer who hasn't bet with Zen Sports yet, you need to download the app, sign up with code DAWNTN. That's my code, DAWNTN, as in Tennessee. And you'll get 500 entries in addition to the entries earned from the value of your qualifying bet. What are you waiting for? You could also earn a $100 no danger first wager on your first bet. Zen Sports, where betting just got better. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. No danger first wager, limited to plus 500 odds to qualify. Terms and conditions apply. Qualifying wager for a wager entry must have minimum odds for any leg of that entry of at least minus 250 or worse American odds. Qualifying wager also must be made for a minimum amount of $5. Head to zensports.com/sweepstakes for contest terms and conditions. Got to be 21 and older and in Tennessee to bet.
3HL 1045 The Zone. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
The Evident Bank chat is open where you can chat with some of the 3HL crew.
What's up, good people?
If you are in the chat and you're wondering why the hell Ron Slay is wearing Auburn gear, he is paying off his bet to his coworker.
This is correct. Good job.
He is a man of his word.
Absolutely.
You look very good in that shade of orange.
I appreciate it. It looks reddish. Like a
It
reddish
looks
orange.
really weird.
It does compare
over here.
to your chair behind you.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's not blending quite right.
Yeah,
but,
they definitely don't go together.
Yeah, it's funny. I got this about 2 years ago. What was it, 2, 3, maybe 3 years ago? My first time going down to Auburn.
I think it was 3 because we had Brace on a couple times.
Yep.
So is
Right
this the
after
first
that.
time that shirt's ever been worn?
Yeah, it actually had the tag on. The other one I got a tag on it too. Maybe it'll come out later in the week. I may just
What's the other shirt?
This.
Like a pullover, hoodie?
Nah, it's a
t-shirt?
button up.
A button up?
Polo.
He gave you a button-up Auburn
Polo.
shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
He
Well
take care of
done,
me. That's my guy.
Bruce.
That's
Well
my guy.
done, Bruce.
Listen. That's why I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't like I got on a Bama or a Kentucky shirt or,
Right, it
or
could
a
be
Vandy
worse.
shirt or something like
Florida.
Yeah. Hey, come on. Yeah.
I mean, it's the
I-
best team in the country.
I mean, I blow my nose in this shirt. Who cares?
Somebody asked if you went to University Heights in Hoptown, Kentucky.
No, but Isaiah Victor and Scotty Hobson did. They both were.
Both went there.
Yeah,
Yep.
both played at University of Tennessee. It was, y'all let them get out of there. Just like y'all let Chris Lofton get out of Maysville. Sometimes y'all let the little Kentucky guys come on down and they just turn into great people.
Chris Lofton
Who was
a-
the head coach then?
Bruce Pearl for Scotty Hobson. And Chris Lofton.
At Kentucky.
Tubby Smith
Oh,
was
Tubby.
Tubby.
was at Kentucky.
They came in late on Chris Lofton, and Buzz had already.
He wanted to go to Louisville, didn't
They
he?
want to go to Louisville.
Yeah, and then Rick Pitino took what's his name that went straight to the league?
Yeah,
Oh, this is gonna kill me.
it's gonna kill me too.
Anyway, he had him committed and signed, even though they knew that he was going to go. Anyway, so Lofton ended up at Tennessee. They said he was
Worked out great.
slow defensively.
Phenomenal. He turned out he went in the rafters. Like
Went in the
He
rafters.
retired his number.
Maysville,
That's how
Kentucky.
good that was. Okay, appreciate it.
615-737-1045. Handyman AD 2. Congrats on that win against Kentucky. So they've beaten Tennessee and Kentucky at home the past 2 Saturdays. They get Auburn coming in there. Not bad. You worried about that?
Top 25 matchup. It will be. It should be, depending on what they do
Sounded like Yoda right
on the
there.
road. It did.
Top 25 matchup.
SEC
It will be.
is nuts.
It is, man.
Nuts.
Coconuts.
It is. Like Vandy got to go on the road this weekend.
I saw you
So it'll be
guys
big.
had, was it Lenardi on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe Lenardi. Yep.
On SEC Network talking about the decent chance that
Yep.
SEC could break a record and get 13 teams into the NCAA tournament this year.
Which Slay was talking about on Friday.
Yeah, and I got to ask him the question, like what we were talking about, does it matter about the margin of victory? You know what I mean? Or your margin of loss for that?
He
was
basically
like, no.
said no
Nope.
because it's SEC.
Yep. Now, what you can gain
of
by
strength
losses
of
if you cover.
schedule.
Yeah, so, yep.
So
it's
like,
too strong of
what
a
was
league,
it?
man.
Texas gained a ton
By
in a
beating A&M.
win, but A&M doesn't
Didn't lose. Yeah.
a lot with
Yep.
a loss. Yeah.
Yep. So, you can't.
Auburn gains with a win. Tennessee
None.
doesn't.
They didn't lose anything. They
doesn't
still got the
affect
2
them.
seed.
Yep.
So Vandy does not have the midweek game this week. They play at Oklahoma on Saturday, then at Florida on Tuesday, then Texas at home on Saturday, then Auburn at home Tuesday, February 11th.
Yeah, it's a gauntlet.
Then at Tennessee, at Kentucky, Mississippi at home, at Texas A&M, and Missouri, all ranked teams.
All ranked. Like, it's the dude, this is nuts. This is nuts. Yeah.
615-737-1045. Let's get Dick in here from Winchester. Dick, what's up?
Good afternoon. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I tried to get in on Friday. It was my daughter's birthday on Friday.
Oh, happy belated, daughter.
Yeah, her name is Amber, and she listens to you every afternoon.
Amber on
But
the
with
shout-out list.
Ron's car saga, I wasn't able to get through. But I'm glad everybody was okay, at least. And, you can replace the car, but you can't replace people. So
That's right.
I'm glad it all worked out okay. But
Yeah.
anyway, I was just wanting to give a shout out to Amber. She listens to you down in Fayetteville.
Okay.
And, but going back to like the Titans, they need to get out of trade down out of that first pick. Because when I was in Cincinnati, they drafted a quarterback out of Augustana State. Nobody even heard of that school. Guy by the name of Kenny Anderson ended up being one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yep.
Yep. And if they turn over every stone like they say they're going to do, they can find somebody, out of that first round.
Well, we appreciate it, Dick. Happy birthday to Amber down in Fayetteville.
We should make the shout-out list at the end of the show. Good job,
Thank
Amber.
you.
Yes. I feel like a lot of Titans people are wanting the Titans to trade down.
Yeah.
At this point. Listen, I do not.
I'm okay if they do.
I'm okay if they do.
Yeah.
You know the mock drafts you can do?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Babs on it this weekend.
Oh, boy. Who'd he take? Who'd
the
he get rid of?
haul that I don't even remember, but he did it multiple times. And the haul that he was able to get by doing what he dreamed about or whatever and moving back and moving back and moving back was actually pretty impressive. Yeah. Now, it wasn't like first round hauls.
Right.
But ended up with like 5 or 6 second round picks.
But you talking about that? The dedication is real out here now from Titans fans. You better believe it.
Especially for Travis Harder.
Yeah.
Yep. By the way, I almost turned on Indiana. I saw the halftime score. They were up by 6 on Sunday. I almost turned it on, but then I read that they blew it.
Yep. Lost by 1.
Mike Woodson.
Might have been
78.
one of the worst coaching performances at the end of the game that I have ever seen.
I got to go back and watch.
All you have to do is just follow Buck's Twitter feed when Indiana basketball is playing, and you'll know exactly if they're doing poorly or not.
No play in place. I mean, they inbound it to the corner for like a zero chance 3 from the corner. It was actually shocking to where I'm like, okay, now I understand where all the IU people are like, get rid of him. And then at the end of the game, allegedly, Mike Woodson goes to leave without shaking hands. Whoa. And one of his players grabbed him, turned him around, and pointed to the handshake line and made him go back.
One of the players had to grab the coach?
One of his players grabbed Coach Woodson to go back and shake hands.
Well, I mean, we'd already heard that he's out of there mentally, but
that's bad.
Yeah, no, wait a minute. You can't.
Oh, yeah, I just watched the video of it.
Of his player grabbing him?
Yeah, he started walking off, and player came up and like grabbed him by both shoulders and was like, hey, turn around, we gotta go.
Pointed to the handshake line. Like, as in, you're not walking out of here before you go shake hands. A player did that to him. That's when you know you have zero control too, right?
Well, I mean, that's what I was saying. We already knew. But like, this is another example.
Yeah.
And it's a bad one. And Slay, as a former player, is like, you got your head in your hands.
That's a tough one right there. I don't even know what we going to say when we get in the locker room now?
It's
number 10.
Good. I forget what year he is too. I think he's a transfer.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
He's
got. Do they get rid of him before the season's over? I mean, he's got to be gone at the end of the year. Luke, good, yeah. To be right.
That firing during the middle of the year is just something, especially during conference play. Like it's tough.
Hard.
It's got to be way downhill, but also you need the right guy on the staff too. I don't know anything about their staff right now. This report from On3, Ohio State Athletics operated at a $37 million deficit last year.
Oh.
$37 million deficit.
Bankroll after bankroll.
Well, I mean, allegedly $20 million on football roster.
Yeah.
Is that what it takes to win a national championship now? Oh, by the way, it's pronounced Goody. Goode.
It's what it takes to lose to Michigan for the 4th consecutive year.
Ugh.
20 million.
That's a tough one.
It's crazy.
But you got a national championship.
Yeah,
does that help?
They did. You're right.
Helps.
615-737-1045. Check out Reese and Laura in here early today.
Reese and Laura.
What up, Laura?
I wasn't ready for y'all.
Oh, dang.
Well, you're on hold, so here you are.
Well, here I am. Hey, apparently there's a big game tonight between the Lady Vols and South Carolina.
Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned that real quick. Alexis Hornbuckle will join us at 4 o'clock to talk about that game and more.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard that Kim Caldwell's going to be back.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
She only gave birth last week.
Yeah, that's a whole week. You know what you can get accomplished in a week, Laura?
7 days ago.
I mean,
Well,
I'll tell you, your body is not back.
I wasn't ready in a week.
I wasn't ready in a year.
Some people have the flu and they're out longer than that.
Seriously.
Mayor, I got to get you first because I know your comedy's a lot like mine. Are you with me?
I'm with you, Reese. What up?
Okay. So my second best part of the weekend, first off, we'll get it off real quick. No soundtrack. Congrats, Babs.
Thank you, War Eagle.
No soundtrack.
Yeah, well, we won't go that far. I'm going to buy a glove and trap all the Eagles. But, excuse me. So, second best part of the weekend. Did you watch or listen? I listened to that Commanders-Eagle game. Did you, Mayor?
I watched it, yes.
Okay. How about the ref going, if this behavior continues, the score will be awarded? You can't even do that. It's not even legal, but that was amazing.
That was fun.
The best part of the weekend was I told Laura Sunday morning, I said, I'm going to drink one beer today. I'm getting off 2 hours early. I'm going to drink one beer for every mouth I feed. Well, there's 20 cats, a dog, Laura, me, and 4 cats showed up. So I'm on like 26 beers. I'm weebly wobbling like a bobblehead doll, about ready to pass out, and I needed another beer, and I found my old college beer funnel in the cabinet, and that did it. So that was the best part of the weekend. So now, Big Slayer, you with me?
You better believe it.
Wait, Reese. You're saying that you funneled beer number 26?
It was 20. Now, I needed like 27 or 28. I can't remember. There was a lot of beers in
You
there.
funneled beer 27. That is amazing.
The last one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that is
well,
amazing.
there was no way, Mayor, I was going to make it to get through it. And I promised myself one beer. I was mad about the loss. I said one beer for every mouth I feed. And Dreamsicle Reese showed up, and another cat that showed up I wasn't expecting, so I needed 2 more beers. And it was just the time was running out. I had to act fast.
I understand.
So Big Slate.
What's up, baby?
Okay, so as we know, I coach a lot of youth sports, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to get serious on Tennessee game here. I always say, you've heard this before, if you put yourself in situations where the refs can screw you, there's no one to blame but yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when we got called for that travel, when we got mugged like somebody counting $100 bills down New York City,
That was bad.
when that was a pivotal moment. I know there was bad calls both ways,
Yeah.
but pivotal moment, that call screwed us, but we put ourselves there. Nobody to blame but ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, she got foxy, Reese. Number 2, I tell the kids, don't get trapped in the corner. You know, the third thing I always tell the kids,
What?
when you're on defense, I don't care how hard it is, do not leave the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 3 people attacked Broome
On that
for a bucket that's just going to tie the game. It's going to tie it, and we had the ball
Yeah.
and a chance to run it down and have a shot or overtime.
Yep.
And we sent everybody in the house. The janitor was in there trying to get him. And next thing you know, he kicks it to the corner for the easiest 3 in the ball
The
game.
best shooter on that team, Miles Kelly.
Exactly. You never leave the corner open. So all that being said, though, very proud of the boys. They hit us in the mouth. We hit them in the mouth all game long, game of runs. If that game, Babs, you're going to get mad, put your earmuffs on. If that game's in Tennessee, we win by 5 or 6 points. If that game's on a neutral site, we probably win by 2 or 3. And the good thing is, yes, really, the good thing is we don't have to play them in Auburn again.
Nope.
And we will play them again, and it won't be in Auburn. It'll be somewhere else. SEC tournament, big tournament, and it won't be in that hostile environment where we still had a chance to win and we blew it.
Yeah.
That being said, one more time, Babs, the only time I'll say it because we're going to get you next go-round. Congrats. Go Big Orange. Go!
No. Turn it off, Zeph.
Rocket Top Tennessee.
Turn it off.
Happy Monday. Everybody drink a beer.
Hey, Cut him off. He's not. You don't get Rocky Top when you lost.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
That game was Saturday.
I will say though, man, like going into that was the thing. Like the home team, to Reese's point, the home team has won that 7 of the 8 times in the last 8 matchups. Like the home court is something else. The only time that loss was when Auburn wasn't really that good. It was in 2019-20. And Tennessee went down there to the Plains and beat them. But to your question, too, one of my reps, Richard Hendricks, hit us up and said Sebastian Telfair is who Rick Pitino.
That's what it was.
Oh,
that's who it was. Sebastian Telfair.
And Chris Lofton went to Tennessee.
That's right.
Yeah.
See, I always know part of the story.
But that's enough of it to get everybody involved. That's all it takes, y'all.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I love that one of the best basketball players ever in the SEC just finished my story for me. I love that.
Do it.
Shout out Richard Hendricks.
Yeah, SEC legend.
Beef Rich, goodness, 26 beers. I wouldn't be at work in 3 days.
Dude, I don't know how you thought about funneling that last one. Everything, all the rest of them would have came up after that funnel.
Cronky, a casual 26 beers, question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jay DeWeese
Makes me want to
says,
vomit thinking about it.
I can't drink 26 bottled waters.
But that's even difficult. Yeah, that's rolling, baby. That is rolling.
Vandy Man AD, Reese is the GOAT. He's talking about beer consumption.
Beer consumption-wise, Reese is the guy.
Yeah.
Janai Broom back 16 points, 13 boards. Z had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Tennessee hosts Kentucky tomorrow. What do you think about that one?
It's going to be a good one.
Quick turnaround game.
Yeah, quick turnaround, which is good to me. If I'm a player and you lose a heartbreaker like that in the Plains, but you get to go back home, I think it would have been even more difficult going to Kentucky on the road. But to play them at home in the confines of your home, like you understand what it's going to take. And to me, Kentucky is not a good defensive team. They can score and when they're on, but the same way Vanderbilt pressured them and got after them, I think that right there, that's followed Mark Pope throughout his career. Even when he was at BYU, you ask coaches in the Big 12, when it comes to offensive sets and schemes and everything, he is grade A, but defensively, it's always a struggle. Another guy that brought that to my attention is Richard Hendricks. He's been saying that. I think he went on Twitter and got a lot of backlash from Big Blue Nation about it. But he was right. I mean, that's what it is. You got to defend in this league at some point.
Yep.
All games are not going to be like Florida was at Kentucky, 106 to 102. Like it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these coaches hang their hats on defense. So it's going to be interesting to see if they make that adjustment. That's how Vandy got out on them in the first half by them playing off the trailer spot, leaving McLaughlin open. Like, everybody on Vanderbilt's team can shoot, everyone. If they're around the three-point perimeter, they can shoot. It's a guarantee.
They will, for sure.
And they will shoot, yeah. So
I thought
you got to defend them that way.
They missed some wide-open shots against Kentucky. Had they hit, they would have blown them out.
It would have been even worse. But they made an adjustment.
Tennessee's lost 2 out of their last 3 by a combined total of 3 points.
Yeah. And you don't even it's going to be teams that go on 3-game losing streaks like Kentucky. Kentucky could go on a 3-game losing streak, still not be out the top 25, still have everything in front of them. The way the league is built is going to be different according to if you look at the ACC with Duke that has 2 teams ranked, with Duke being 2 and Louisville being ranked in the top 25. Like, it's different. A loss there hurts you. It sets you back. Even with the Big 12, I think has like 5 teams ranked. So it's according to the conference that you're playing in, the strength that you're playing in. It makes it a little bit easier of taking those losses.
615-737-1045 VFL Alexis Hornbuckle at 4:00. Tennessee hosting number 2 South Carolina tonight at 6:00. And Chris Lowe talks college football and college basketball coming up at 5:20. Shout outs in the last segment, so stay tuned for that. Kim Caldwell is back 7 days after having a baby.
I went with the under. That was appropriate.
And guess what, though? She was in practice on Friday. Had the baby on Monday. She was in practice on Friday.
I mean, we set the over-under on games missed at 1.5, and we all went under.
Yeah,
so there you go.
I mean,
once we figured out they were playing South Carolina at home in game 2,
there was no way.
No way she misses.
Yeah.
no way.
3HL 1045 The Zone. I want to tell you about Xfinity. Where can you kick off the new year with big savings on gig speed? Only with Xfinity. Now through January 30th, get gig internet at home for $25 a month for 1 year when you add an unlimited mobile line, which connects you to gig speed Wi-Fi on the road. Act fast today and save more than $650 over AT&T and Verizon in your first year. Plus, hurry and take advantage, because right now you can also get a free 5G phone with trade-in. So save big and stay connected to what you love with fast gig speed internet and mobile. From home to hotspots this new year, it's all about gig speeds and big savings. Don't wait. Get gig speed internet, spend less green, and switch to Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com/gig savings to learn more. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment taxes and fees are extra. $40 internet discount applied to mobile bill after the promotion. Regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary. Savings compared to Verizon Fiber Gig Plus One unlimited welcome line and AT&T Fiber Gig Plus One unlimited starter line. Xfinity internet required. Reduced speeds after 30 gigabits of usage per line. Data thresholds and actual savings vary. Ella, We were just waiting for that.
Yep.
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. Lady Vols hosting number 2 South Carolina tonight at 6 o'clock on ESPN2. Tennessee has lost 2 in a row and 4 out of 6. South Carolina has won 14 in a row. They lost at UCLA earlier in the year. That was it. They just beat LSU. Kim Mulkey, after the game, LSU coach said, I don't care that South Carolina lost the game. They're the best team in the country.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, none of that.
That was not some big statement by Kim Mulkey.
No. I mean,
that wasn't a hot take.
I mean, if she would like to make it, but it's not. I'm gonna lean with her on that one.
Can you imagine, like, Kim Mulkey, if she's still coaching LSU, like, 10 years from now, what she's going to be looking like on the sidelines?
What's she going to be wearing?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, like
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like, she's gradually getting crazier and crazier.
No, her outfits are memorable.
I'm still stuck on her wearing an actual basketball hoop.
Yeah,
that was pretty cold-blooded.
That's what I'm saying. Like, 10 years from now,
That was amazing.
she's going to, where is she going to be on the crazy spectrum? I mean, like, way out there.
12.
Okay, crazy spectrum.
Yeah,
I mean,
1 to 10.
she's already a 10, yeah.
Yeah, 1 to 10, she's going to be like a 17.
Don't disagree on that one.
Kim Mulkey. She says she needs an NIL deal. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that people will pay you to put their brand on whatever crazy shirt you're wearing.
Yeah, why not? I got one on today.
He's wearing his Auburn
Crazy
gear.
brand.
Slay is paying off a bet. Mm-hmm. Auburn with the 53-51 win over Tennessee.
Does this mean he has to wear something Auburn on the SC Network tomorrow?
That was never brought up.
That was on our show.
That.
I can't do it anyway. Like, what I'm going to wear? I got to wear a suit. I can't go with you. I want to go against company policy.
Go get an Auburn tie.
Or like a lapel pin.
I don't even wear a Tennessee tie. So
I definitely should have gone all in on that though. Gotten him a nice Auburn tie.
I know, man. You were favored by 6.5. You should have gone in.
Could have gotten him an Auburn orange suit.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Fishback
would want to steal it though.
BP's probably got one.
Hold on, everybody. What school you go to?
Tennessee.
Okay, golly, I would have thought you went to Auburn back there, brother.
Hey, I lost my bet.
I was
Just
gonna say, tell everybody your bet that you lost for the station.
I can't.
Not just you.
Just for I can't play my Go Vols button.
Which affects
for
our
a
show.
year.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thanks, Zeph. My disgrace will be over in a week. Yours goes on for a lifetime.
I just need Don to say Go Vols again, and then I'll use a different button.
My disgrace will be over in a week. I mean, technically, I could go in there and play it, right?
Yeah, I can't press it.
What you looking at?
You don't get to do any of that today. You lost.
No, not today. Not today.
You lost.
No. The other thing is, like, it really looks like that Atlanta Braves A looks like an Alabama A on
Don't
your
say
hat.
that.
It does.
Don't say that.
Does it not, Slay?
It does.
Don't say that. I
Looks
would
like
never
you're
wear
bowl
it.
tied in
I would never,
Why you
ever,
high tide.
ever wear anything of that awful school.
Ooh. Shots fired by Zeph.
I think everyone on this show can agree that school's terrible.
No, I have respect. You have complete disrespect for everything.
Especially Alabama.
Especially Alabama.
But you're 23 and I'm not. So, you live and you learn. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. If you want in the chat, you can. YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Congrats to Babs on Auburn's win Saturday. NFC Championship game, Eagles. I mean, ripped the Commanders 55-20. They put 55 on the board.
Dog, listen, when I watched this game, the first play let me go on and know that what I'm saying is right. I don't need no numbers. I don't need any analytics. I don't need no coach to tell me. I can see this with my own eyes.
So the FanDuel app is ahead of what you're watching on television. So I'm in there like looking at the live bet because Washington scored first. And so I'm looking at it and it says 6-3 Eagles. And I'm like, I look at my TV and they're still in the huddle.
You ain't even had time.
One play. Washington went 18 plays to get that field goal. Mm-hmm. Philly's like, okay.
Dog. I'm telling you.
We ain't going to be out here long. Don't worry
like the
about it.
marriage between this offensive line and Saquon Barkley is different.
Watch how Philadelphia's offensive line walks out of the huddle to the line of scrimmage. I've never seen a more confident group of people in my life.
They know it. They know it. And this dude back there is I don't know what kind of senses he is working with right now, but his instinct senses.
He has people draped all over him, and then they just slide off him.
It don't matter. I think because he lost the weight, people were looking at him like, oh, he probably ain't that powerful anymore. Like, running through tackles, breaking away from people.
He only had 15 carries in this game.
That's all he needed. That's what I'm telling you. That's all. Just imagine if they said. Just imagine if he said, and this is my fear for them going to the Super Bowl. AJ really feeling like he need to get involved. Jalen Hurts did a terrific job of getting them involved too in this game to kind of pacify him a little bit. But the true horse, man, Saquon, we putting this thing in your hands. We toting it.
15 carries, 188 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Hey man. Telling you, little dude is cold. Man, I'm telling you, that young man, that boy, woo, run there in the vision. Like the vision and for his offensive lineman to not be looking at him and to understand they only been together a year. And man, to understand like where to be blocking, how to hold your block, because that come with time, man. The thing they have going right now is so special. You can watch. We watched it here with the Titans. Like, that's why you needed them guys, them offensive linemen. First of all, they're going to play hurt a lot. But the reason they don't want to come out because, man, they feel like I know what he needs to get done. I know what he needs. Like, that offensive line understands it. It's the same thing with Derrick Henry. Like, even though with them guys hurt, that's why Ben Jones hella tough. But he knew who was back there in the backfield. Like, I can't leave my guy. All I need to do is give him just a little small sliver of a crease. And they go, man, it's special. Super Bowl MVP. Go and put your money on
calling it?
Go and put your money on him. Go and put your money on him.
Interesting.
And I don't even like betting against Mahomes.
I know.
And you didn't, did you?
I didn't.
Yeah.
It's funny, they had a streak this year where they didn't cover like 7 straight games or something, but
Who, the Chiefs?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're still winning.
Doesn't
but
matter.
Yeah, their time is now.
Yeah.
I don't care about that in what regular. Who's the regular season for? It's for the rest of y'all to figure out what seed y'all going to be
They just
in.
need to win enough to have home field.
Like, we straight. Like, we are cool, dog. Like,
Jalen Hurts also had 3 rushing touchdowns, so 36 carries for the Eagles, 229 yards, and 7 rushing touchdowns. 7.
yeah.
Which is what George Costanza on Seinfeld wanted to name his kid, 7.
And I ain't taking nothing away from Jaden Daniels.
29
That young man is special.
29 of 48, 255 through the air. He also had 48 rush yards, so over 300 total yards, and 2 touchdowns.
But you know the best way to defend a quarterback?
Interception.
Make sure they don't get the ball, turn them over.
Bingo. They don't get it. He had to sit there and
that's
watch.
what happened.
He keep the ball out his hand.
Right, and the way
Force turnovers, don't let them.
That's it,
the way
dog.
Philly was scoring too kind of took the run game out of it for
Man,
Washington.
yeah, man. Ooh-wee.
Brian Robinson ended up with 36 rush yards, I think, and his over/under total was 37.5. But they quit running the ball.
Yes, they did.
Chiefs slide by the Bills 32-29. Mahomes 18 of 26, 245 and a touchdown. Ran for 43 and 2 more scores. Xavier Worthy. They said it on draft day. Buffalo just gave Kansas City their deep threat that they were lacking. And, man, he was great. 6 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Had a big touchdown to give Kansas City the lead late. Buffalo could have had him.
So cool.
Could have had him. Josh Allen, 22 of 34, 237, 2 touchdowns. Can we, I've bitched about this for years.
What's that?
It's like spring forward in the spring and stay there. But can we also get away from like 2 old dudes holding chains to mark first downs in 2025 in an NFL game where there's billions of dollars at stake? Can we quit that? Figure out a way to where I don't see a line judge come running at an angle to mark a football.
You mean he's swerving a little bit?
Yeah, because he got dodge players and stuff.
Got out of chunky junkie. She going a straight line.
I mean, straight line. She going to get there, too.
Guaranteed.
And don't mess with it because she got a pistol.
Yeah, care about nothing to pile up or nothing
Like
like
the
that.
last Boy Scout.
Oh, that was a great move.
Great opening scene.
Great opening scene.
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. When we come back, we'll talk some Lady Vol basketball with Alexis Hornbuckle, one of the best to ever do it there. She's got some stuff going on we'll tell you about as well. That's next, 3HL1045, The Zone.
What is happening, good people? Listen, you want to look and feel better about yourself? This is what you need to do. Get the PAI Medical, regrowhair.com. Get on over there, man. Don't wait. 615-376-6010. Now, the laser treatments, they do have those. And they also have another thing that you can go with, the PRP. For busy men and women, you're in about 45 minutes. They work thicker and full of hair, and they restore your hair and your confidence right there. Boom. All you got to do is call 615-376-6010. Give them a call. Lead in there and tell them Big Slay told you to go. Tell them you want to get your confidence back. You're tired of looking in the mirror. You seen the little sunroof open up. You don't want the sunroof opening up no more. You're done with that. So I'm going to make it real simple for you. You get it. You get the confidence boost. You get your hair back. No one else in Tennessee has the Artist robotic FUE procedure. Regrow Hair's high-density hair transplants give you more. Yeah, 2 times more hair in one procedure. And if you don't want to go with that, you can just go with the laser treatment. You sit up under the lamp, boom. You go in there consistently. You can do it 3 times a week. It's real simple, man. 615-376-6010. Call for your free consultation right now. WeGrowHair.com.
Good afternoon. It is 4:01. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. The Tennessee Titans have announced several staff changes today. Luke Stalker was promoted to tight ends coach. John Fossil was officially named the special teams coordinator. And Tony Auden was hired as the passing game coordinator / cornerbacks coach. That means Colt Anderson, Chris Harris, and Justin Alton will not be returning in 2025. Also, some reported changes to the Titans front office as they are expected to hire former Raiders general manager Dave Ziegler as their assistant general manager and Dolphins executive Reggie McKenzie in a key senior scouting role to join Chad Brinker and Mike Borgonzi. In college basketball news, Tennessee men's team drops to number 8 in the AP poll after falling 53-51 to number 1 Auburn on Saturday. Vanderbilt now ranked inside the top 25 at number 24 after beating Kentucky at home. The Commodores are now 16-4 after winning just 9 games all of last season. And tonight, number 18 Lady Vols host number 2 South Carolina. Head coach Kim Caldwell, just 7 days removed from giving birth to her son Connor, is set to return to the sideline to coach Tennessee. Tip-off for that one is at 6 o'clock on ESPN2. For all your Foundation Repair and Waterproofing news, you need to visit USSTN.com. Bring news at once on your home of the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Town 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Monday. Dawn Davenport is here with a smile on her face.
Yes, I am. War Eagle, everybody.
Everybody.
Meanwhile, Ron Slay is sitting here with a smile on his face too, but wearing an Auburn t-shirt.
Still go Vols, y'all. Yep. Better be ready. I definitely ain't got no roof with this shirt on. But it's all right. It's all
Do
right,
you need
y'all.
your palm? You need your shaker?
Nah, I don't need that, Babsy.
I'll just shake it for you.
I'm representing you guys well enough. Well enough.
So me and Zeph still repping the Vols today.
Well, thank you.
War Eagle. Hey.
Alexis Hornbuckle joins us now. VFL, one of the Lady Vol greats. Lex, what's up? How are you?
I'm good. Even better now that y'all gave me some comedic relief. Thank you for that.
I mean, Slay's sitting in here for the first time in his life in an Auburn t-shirt.
Yep.
I'm sure he has a very good reason for doing that. I can't judge him. You know what I'm saying? He's a very smart man, so he only did that for a reason.
He lost a bet to Dawn Davenport over here.
Mm-hmm. And he always pays off his bets. So
always. See, that's why I can't think too much of it.
he's a man of honor.
Listen, Lex, about that game, we were kind of texting each other during that game. Felt like a Final Four game, man. It was so intense and physical.
Yeah.
2 great programs.
Oh, man, that was a war. That's what we witnessed right there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. So Kim Caldwell back. She had a baby 7 days ago. You surprised she's back on the court today?
7 days, man. He just dropped another human being. But
Right.
Listen. I'm sure she did her due diligence and got with the medical staff and her husband and support team. I'm sure they all figured that out. So I'm sure she's making a decision she feels comfortable making.
I mean, once we looked at this, I'm so game by game kind of guy. But once I looked,
gotta be.
Yeah, and I saw that they were playing South Carolina at home on Monday. We were all like, "There's no way she's missing that game."
And it's at home. I'm like, there's no way she's not there.
Yeah, this is a big game. I get it. I mean, but having a baby kind of big too. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's true.
And it's your first one, but listen, what we gonna do? We just gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully, it's in our favor. Hopefully, this provides a mass amount of motivation and just sets the tone for we got to do whatever it takes to take care of business tonight.
When Tennessee hired her, did you know anything about Kim Caldwell?
A little bit. So funny story, small world. She's from West Virginia, right, guys?
Yeah.
I know that. Okay, so her dad also coached basketball in Parkersburg, where they're from. But Kim grew up playing in my dad's AU organization, West Virginia Tornadoes, right?
Oh.
And I played with her middle sister, Jill. They were Chief Stevens, right? Played at Cincinnati. And Annie, her older sister, played at Cincinnati. My dad did some work with her as well. So, yeah, our families we kind of know each other a little bit or something.
Okay, that's awesome. It is
That
a
is
small
small world.
world.
Yeah.
So before we kind of talk about this game specifically, what? Because listen, I get it. I know when she was first hired, I felt like a lot of people were like, "Who is this?" And she's young, and that's who you're hiring. And is she ready for this job? All of those things. What's maybe the take on how she does things and the job she's doing right now?
I think that many people, fans, even former Lady Vols were very skeptical of her coming and what she can do and what she can do on this level. When I heard, obviously, I'm biasedly excited. But, you do want to see how it's going to translate from a level of, Marshall University to SEC, University of Tennessee. And I think that she's implemented a great run and gun system offensively. The players have bought into it. We see that. We got scores. Hey, it's like we got some killers on the court.
Absolutely.
We got a couple dogs on the team too. So it's starting to come together. There's some things that she's still adapting to. The team's still adapting to as far as SEC play and being a serious contender for a Final Four, national championship, things like that. But as far as first year, man, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I'm sitting right there with you, Lex. I couldn't script it any better. When you look at it, especially understanding like Antalasia Cooper and Ruby Whitehorn, like they're young.
Oh yeah.
So what does this say as far as looking forward to what she's building, the recruits she got coming in next? You know what I mean? To me, this rivals. The only time I saw something like this, a plethora of recruits coming in like this, was y'all class last.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, it might be our time again, and I think that her style of recruiting and being able to get these players in, her coaching staff, that's a game changer, especially in the NIL days. Like recruiting is heavy anyway, but now more than ever, because you don't know who's gonna pop up at whose school next year.
Right.
So you got to be equipped, you got to be ready, but you want to create an environment like Don Staley in South Carolina. You got to create the environment where the kids want to stay. They want to get better. They want to be challenged. That's how you build that winning culture and that championship culture and mindset.
5 of the top 50 in America. Y'all were talking about recruiting. Just in case people don't know, that's what she has coming in. I was wondering, and I was talking with Slay early on about this, with her subbing so often and I mean, subbing 5 at a time and all this. Like, I was wondering if that would be like kind of a challenging sell. Clearly not, though. Would you have dealt well with that kind of quick sub package?
Hey, look, we're not talking about me here.
I mean, the dogs don't want to come out. You know what I mean?
Well, we're not talking about me here because I don't never want to come out. I don't want to come out if it's pickup, let alone a real game.
Right.
So I don't know how well I would have fared in that system as far as how quickly we sub, but also I try to give reasons to stay on the court, right? If you're going to do that, I'm locked in. I'm both ends. I'm hustling. I'm sitting as close as possible to whatever coach or the head coach. Talking about, hey, let me stop her then. I'm talking, put me in type situation so that I can probably, I think I would still flourish. Now, I don't know how happy I'd be about it, but I knew I would flourish.
Right. I'm right there with you. That's how I felt. Like, that was one of my things, sitting real close to the coach. Like, other players would go towards the end of the bench and do the cool thing. I'm sitting right between the coaches and sprinting to the scores table. Yeah, as soon as you look that way.
Yeah, you're going to have to bring me back. I'm there accepting myself in. You feel me?
Yeah. Let me ask you about how special it is what Don Staley is doing up there in South Carolina with Joyce Edwards, Malaysia Fulwiley. And when you talk about, see, this is the respect level that you can have. When you can have the opportunity or afford to be able to pull back on Fulwiley, it's about the relationships, isn't it?
Man, it is. And the vision.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of these kids don't have the vision of where they want to go. They just have the desire to get there. If it comes to the work, if it comes to them not starting or not averaging a certain amount of points, they're gone. They're out of there, right?
Yeah.
But Wiley gets it. She sees the vision. She trusts Don. She trusts the system. And obviously winning championships helps, right? We know that. That's an easy sell. So that relationship, that rapport that Don's able to build and connect with the players as a former player, but as a point guard, as a leader, right? So you're seeing her do that on a whole other stage as now a coach on all levels. I mean, Olympics, college, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing Dawn can't do, and I think that Full Wiley and the rest of the South Carolina ladies, including coaching staff, they love and respect that.
What does she have? You were a McDonald's All-American. Does she have like 10 McDonald's All-Americans on that roster? I think she has 10.
Is it 10 or is it 8?
It might be 8. I mean, either way, it's
Kim
crazy.
Mulkey called it 10
Kim
before
Mulkey
they
said
played
10.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 8. Like, I need to do my research, so guys don't quote me. But I think it's 8 McDonald's All-Americans.
That's still crazy, Lex.
It's crazy, and what's even crazier is, like, 2 of the top scorers are coming off the bench.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, they're coming off the bench.
Yes.
Talk about buying in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You talking about? Wait a second. Listen to this. So you telling me you're presenting your best or some of your best people? You wearing down everybody else's best, and then 2 more of your best. 2, 3 more because you got 8. You got 8 or 10. However many All-American, All-Americans you got. You got a whole other squad of just go-getters, just dogs, just winners. Like that is different.
One thing. Go ahead, Lex.
No, I'm just saying that's different. My mind, I'd be blown thinking about it sometimes.
But what's crazy about the buy-in is that you've got, those 3 players, let's say, McDonald's All-Americans sitting on the bench, could be playing like 38 minutes a game somewhere else.
Anywhere else.
You know?
Yeah, but they see the vision,
Yep.
man. And they when you're really hungry to be the best, you want to compete against the best, but you want to learn from the best. You want to be challenged by the best on a daily basis as consistently as possible. So it's easy to buy in when you really built like that.
Alexis Hornbuckle with us. She won 2 national titles, 2 WNBA titles. Slay Dog.
Yes. And when you're talking about seeing the vision, like that's what you're tapping into now. When you talk about mental training, hit on that, what you got going on now, Lex, and where we can find out and how to reach you.
Man, well, first off, if I had better time management skills and could really decipher Central and Eastern time, I would have been able to pull up on y'all in the studio today. I just left Nashville.
Right.
So I do mental health training for professional athletes primarily. This for the past 4 years, actually. This past year, we partnered with the YMCA to kind of get into the high schools and the youth. But that's fun times. So actually, I was just up here with Athletes Unlimited. The company I partner with, On Rise, who is based out of Knoxville. Mm-hmm. We are their main we're a third-party mental health service, basically. And how we do that is it's more like athlete to athlete. So when you're going through stuff, whether it's personal, whether it's sports performance, whether it's coach-related, it doesn't matter, life-related. Like, it's easier to talk to someone who you can relate to who's been there. So all of our peer specialists are former college and or current and former professional athletes. So you're dealing with other athletes who are at the highest level or who have been there. So it's fun to tap into that aspect because when it comes to winning in life, winning on the court, or in any sport, like it's gonna come down to their mentality, their mental toughness, your mental resilience. So being able to tap in at all levels and help pass that down and teach, because I'm gonna try to bring the dog up out of you, but at the same time, let's handle whatever other stressors. Let's give you these tools. Let's teach you this way. Let's help change your perspective or your perception on things to handle it in a healthier manner. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody struggles. Sometimes it's just as small as like negative self-talk in a game. You get in your head, now your performance is off. And sometimes it's bigger than that. And we elevate you to licensed therapists. What else? Therapists, psychologists, and psychiatrists on our team. So that's just a little bit of what I got going on. And on top of that, y'all know I hustle, boy. So I'm doing it all. Basketball training, certified physical trainer, anything that has to do with really health and wellness and, just being a better person, being a better player, being a better athlete. That's my space, man.
Alexis Hornbuckle at gmail.com. Taylor on YouTube. Can Lex help Will Levis, the Titans quarterback?
Let's tap in mentally, man. We do all types of athletes.
He needs the mental part of it.
Yeah, hey, listen, it's amazing that most of these athletes already possess the answer. It's just, do they want to buy into it? Do they want to accept it? Or are they still fighting it? So some of it's real simple.
One thing you mentioned right there too, Lex, man, for the people that are listening, and we'll have some people on, Alicia Clark, Dory, and Izzy will be on, Harrison soon, and Babsy is also covering Athletes Unlimited, the women's professional ranks coming down here playing. So you'll be in town quite a bit then, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to come down there and catch the games and check on these girls. A lot of what we do is I did obviously in-person onboarding, but the rest is virtual due to their schedule, my schedule, so we can tap in because we handle people all over the world. So,
all right, appreciate that.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll pull up on y'all next time.
Yeah, do it. Anytime you're in town, let us know. Hey, by the way, who's the better 3-point shooter, you or Slay?
Why do y'all do this?
Thank you, Lex. See,
Why do y'all do this?
They can't put us against each other now.
They know I like to mess with people, man.
I pay homage to my boy Slay. Hats off, because I've told this story 1,000 times. I'll tell it to anybody. My 3-point percentage kept going up because I stayed in the gym with him.
I love it. Yeah,
nice.
the reason I just pulled it up and saw that you shot 42.4% your senior year.
Lex is just different.
Listen, Slay be in there busting me, giving me all these international pro drills just because he knew I had to struggle for a little bit. But then when I get it, come on now.
It's on with you.
International drills. I love
It's on.
Hey, thanks, Lex. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, Lex.
Man, love y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed
Love
day.
you.
Go Lady Vols. Let's go.
That is.
Alexis Hornbuckle at gmail.com. If you have any questions for her, definitely reach out. DJ Snoopy, does she have a podcast or is she in broadcasting? She does do a great job.
She does a great job. Man, Lex got a hand in so much. It's about finding the time for Lex more so than anything else. Like, she's going to excel at anything she does because it's just who she is.
I thought it was interesting to hear her talk about the reaction to the hiring of coach and where everybody is now.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about Lex. Like, she ain't gonna sugarcoat it.
No.
Like, she gonna tell you it was divided, and the majority of Lady Vols were like, "Nah, dog, this we need to go a different direction." And lo and
And they
behold,
were pretty vocal about it.
yeah, they so were.
Yeah.
They so were. Yeah, yes, indeed. And it's interesting to see. It's almost similar like what we were talking about with Hyper. It was the same thing. Like, it was head scratching when he came on. I know me personally, I was open, but I was head scratching. Like, hey, this, we got to go with this. We couldn't go nowhere else.
Well, it's because it wasn't the first choice,
right?
Necessarily,
right. But watching that process also kept me open minded with Kim Caldwell coming in. I was like, okay, you look at it, it's similar styles, just different sports. You know,
I just wondered once I saw the style and she started subbing everybody all the time. I was like, ooh, I don't know if players are gonna like that.
Yeah, but see, her. I think what people don't get to see when she pulls back the curtains is because, in her identity, helps you understand if you can play more than 3 minutes as hard as you can, you ain't playing hard. And it's
so
actually
that's
true.
the psychology behind it.
Yeah,
give me everything you have.
Yeah.
For whatever time we figure out.
Yeah.
And then I'll give you a break.
I'll give you a break. And then guess what? You max out, get your recovery, and you going right back at I need that same exact energy. So when you look at it.
So it's way more scientific than it is anything else.
Yeah, and I think it's just to get across and make people understand. Like, when you see it in the game and you're wondering why they're making comebacks at the end of games and they still pressing, is because that's the way we want to play throughout the entire game. Yeah. And there's only one way you can play that way.
You can see it late in games on opponents that don't have the depth. Now they run into really good teams in conference schedule with depth, and it's a different.
And
thing.
they don't have the depth necessarily.
Speaking of Heupel, 4 years ago today, Tennessee hired head coach Josh Heupel.
There you go.
God, that was so late in the recruiting cycle.
Right?
Deep late.
Under Heupel, Tennessee has 2 top 10 finishes and is only one of 4 SEC teams to finish ranked in the polls in each of the last 3 seasons.
And honestly, that first year, you just have to mark it off. He wasn't able to do anything recruiting-wise.
Yep. And still was restricted going into year 2 and 3.
Yep.
So,
wow.
Yeah. You got to be happy.
Lex kind of hit on this a little bit, but seriously, you want to talk about putting work in? You can just see it from the numbers. Her sophomore year, 23.7% from 3. Then her junior year, 34.5. Then her senior year, 42.4. That's some serious work. In 2 years, she basically doubled her percentage.
That's why I say it's silly for people not to get better if you have resources around you. It's up to you to tap into them. Like, I'm going to be in the gym. If you want to come shoot, come shoot. Like, it's simple. She was with it. Like, come pick me up. Don't even.
It's funny, transitioning into football, that's what kind of Cam Ward is on all these videos saying stuff like that.
I need to tap into. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of quarterback, Shedeur Sanders at the East-West Shrine game talking with the media. We've got some of that for you next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
KellumStemCellInstitute.com. Why don't you get over there and get you a consultation today at 615-850-4415. Your body having those aches and pains that you're not figuring out where they come from? Well, I think I got an answer for you. That would be coming from inflammation in the body. You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. It's bound to happen. You need to get over there to Dr. Kellum and let him and the staff get you working correctly. And I mean, when I'm saying working correctly, I mean getting up out of the bed, feet touch the ground and you ready to go. Not feet touch the ground and you, got to moan and groan to get on up and all. Now, let's get back to it, man. It's your body, your cells, it's your solution. It's your body's stem cells that's the answer. They store them for future and continued use. I've done it with my knee, hip, and shoulder, and I go back and get me a little refill. That's right. Get the secret sauce, the nanoparticles, get them activated, opened up, waking up, and get them back fighting. Yeah, fighting the inflammation, getting it out of your body. All you got to do is call 615-850-4415. If you want to feel well, go to KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
I love living in Middle Tennessee. We've got great restaurants, entertainment, sports, and one of the nation's top Ford dealers right here in our backyard. Two Rivers Ford. Remember that name. Two Rivers has been a staple in our community since 1983. They're locally owned. They have a non-commissioned sales team, and they sell below MSRP. They've been doing business with integrity for decades. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
Former 3HL guest Ice Cube.
Right. You can't say that.
What you got, Zeph?
That was the best interview.
I can't believe you got him on the show. That was incredible.
That was so good.
Boy, we sweated on that one, though.
Yeah, we didn't know if it was going to happen.
No, like it was all over the place.
It didn't happen on the day it was supposed to happen, but it did happen.
Yeah, then we had to end up coming back on that one.
It was the Friday after next.
That's right.
Right.
But then he dropped on the show that the third movie's coming out.
That's right.
Fourth.
Yay.
Fourth.
Fourth, yeah.
Yay.
Speaking of sound bites, something weird going on down in Jacksonville. It kind of reminded me
Shocker.
of Dana Altman when he left Creighton to go to Arkansas, and then they made him call the Hogs. And he looked so uncomfortable. And he went back in the office, and he called Creighton and said, "Can I come back?" And he went back to Creighton.
Like, I can't even get used to this.
I can't do this. Like, did the press conference at Arkansas, called the Hogs in a really weird way.
So uncomfortable.
Wasn't comfortable. Called Creighton, said, "Hey, man, I come back." He went back to Creighton. So Liam Cohen, Will Levis whisperer, had been the OC down at Tampa Bay, gets the Jacksonville job.
That whole thing was drama, too.
Yeah, he turned it down. Then they fired Balky, the general manager. Then he took the job. And Tampa apparently all day that day was trying to get in touch with him, and he went dark.
Yeah, and then he said he was at the hospital with his kid.
His wife said that.
Yeah, and then, well, the other thing is Jacksonville was trying to get around the Rooney Rule, and they weren't trying to let it out that they were going to hire Liam Cohen because their second minority candidate would have been like, "Hey, I'm not coming in because this is a sham interview."
This is a sham.
Jacksonville does things weird, man. That's a weird thing going on down there.
Well, this guy will fit in.
Apparently, Liam fits right in.
Perfect for it.
So they had the press conference, and somebody asked him to do the Duval thing.
Like, why do that to the guy?
And this is what he comes up with.
Duval.
Like, what the hell?
No.
How creepy sounding is that? Do it again,
Duval.
It's so bad.
Duval.
It's even worse when you watch him.
He's got that smile on his face.
It's like, all right, everybody, here it goes.
He looks like the crazy guy in the movie that like lives next door to you, and then you find out he's killed 6 people.
Like, wow, ooh, precious. Like,
Yes.
dude, what the
This
hell?
is where we are.
No, so can you know what? This is what I said.
Hang on. Son.
Duval.
Like this, come on, yo.
You know I'm going. I can't quit.
Like he's got the vowels backward. You're supposed to go with the
Duval.
Duval. Duval.
Like, yeah, like it's not. He did it backwards.
Duval.
He did it backwards.
Oh, my
Somebody told him
gosh.
backwards.
It
Maybe
almost,
they played a trick on him.
It almost sounds like he's saying "Go Vols."
Duval.
Y'all sent it to me. I couldn't quit watching this during the break. I mean, I watched
bad.
it like 12 times.
I can't stop listening. It's so bad. It's so.
But all
like,
you
it's
have
so
to
bad
do,
you
though,
can't keep away.
all you gotta do is just go listen to a game or the fan interaction. Like you can get it right. There's no reason for you to come on there and say Duval.
Maybe he's changing it. He wants to do it this way. Y'all got to come on my side
Maybe that was in the contract.
of the street.
Oh, Taylor H has a great comparison in the F&M Big Chat. Sounds like the little alien toys in Toy Story.
It does, the claw. Claw. It does. You got to pull
gotta
that.
pull up
yeah,
Toy
you got to
Story
pull
now.
that. You got to pull that, Zeph. You got to find it. Dog.
How creepy is that?
I know Big Joe over there rolling over in his grave right now, boy. It's supposed to be Duval.
Big Joe's still
look.
with us.
Yeah, but you used to say that.
I'm like, how did I miss this story?
That's what Chuck Wagon said. Yup.
Oh my
That's what it
gosh,
is.
that's
He was
it.
watching Toy Story first.
That's
You think
the
he was watching
He
Toy
was
Story?
watching Toy. He
He's
must
got
have his
kids.
family with him. Yup.
Yeah.
They was watching it on the Sprinter van or on the plane on the way down, and they got stuck.
Wow.
That's it. Thank you. Good job, Babsy. No.
Taylor.
Taylor. Good job, Taylor. Good job.
Play it back to back.
That is it.
All right, here's Toy Story.
Duval.
That's it. That's it. That's it right there all
Listen,
day
man.
long.
That Duval by Liam Cohen.
All day long.
We're all going to be like laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and then you hear that in our head. be like,
Oh, that's so good. Oh my gosh. If you haven't watched it too, it makes it even worse. I know it's hard to believe it could get worse, but seriously.
Zeph, one more time on the Duval.
Oh.
Duval.
Dog. You got to put that with the claw. It's something like,
We gotta
we need
put them
that.
together.
You need that.
Oh, man.
Claw. I knew it was something. I knew it was. Wow.
Blue Fame says, I'm dead, exclamation points.
This is your head coach.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
Lone Phoenix asks, how was your dad's birthday? Your dad was in the chat, by the way, on Friday. Did you see that?
I did not see it. He told me when I saw him yesterday when we went out to lunch.
Papa Nano?
He was like, did you see I was in the chat? And I was like, no. And he's like, right after you gave me my birthday shout out, I got in there and said thanks.
I saw it and I was going to read it and then I forgot about it and didn't go back to it. The
I didn't see it.
operator
Where was
error.
I at?
I don't know. It was in there. And y'all watch it way more than I do.
This must have been when I went in
We
left to get
missed
the rental
Papa.
car.
Oh,
but
yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah. That's when it was.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Come on. Hey, come on, Papa Nano. Get back in here. Where you at?
Papa Nano.
Let me see what Nano is.
How was Cracker Barrel on Sunday? What'd you end up doing?
I cooked. It was busy.
Cooked.
Yeah. Like I was
what?
on the actual grill. I wasn't doing
Oh.
I wasn't doing eggs. I was like doing pancakes and the breakfast meats. And
What's
stuff like
your pancake cooking like?
that. I'm pretty good. I got to the point where I can like flip them up and catch them on the plate.
Oh, you flip them and then catch them on the plate and then like slide them in the window like they're up.
Yeah, well, I turn around and give them to the window behind me. But yeah,
Oh, you might be.
Every time you flip a pancake up in the air, you need to say Duval.
Duval.
That is so weak.
While you wait
That's so
for it to
weak.
hit the plate.
I'm telling y'all.
That's so weak.
The head movement at the end of it.
And he has this weird
It's like
grin.
he's 13.
He has this weird grin. He like lowers down.
Oh my gosh.
Duval. Oh my gosh. That's something, man. That is something. So do you think next
Man,
time he does
love
it?
that the Jags are just an absolute Shiano show.
I mean, their quarterback's in line for $200 million. Like, I mean, they are something.
Weren't going to fire their GM.
No.
Then the owner says, I mean, basically, I might have to fire him while he's on a Zoom with him.
Yeah.
Then they do end up firing him.
after being turned down multiple times for a head coaching job.
Yes.
From head coaches.
So who's their GM?
Oh, it's an interim. Something Wall. I forgot his first name.
So they have an interim GM now and hired their head coach with an interim GM. Absolute disaster. And I love every bit of it.
Corey is saying that we need to pull from Liar Liar, not Jim Carrey saying the claw. Because he did it in that movie.
Did he?
Yeah, when he was playing with his kid or whatever.
Oh, yeah, he did.
But the stepdad did it and sounded weird. And I forgot about that. But yeah, if you can look for stepdad and Liar Liar, the claw, that's another one. I mean, Jacksonville. There's something. 615-737-1045. There's a lot going on. Shador Sanders at the East-West Shrine Bowl. This is kind of a cool idea. They're playing on Thursday on the NFL Network. So Thursday night football. East-West Shrine game. What does he want to make sure teams know about him in the pre-draft meetings?
I like that I'm able to get in the forefront of everything and they're able to understand me and ask me whatever question they want. I'm not ducking, I ain't hiding, I'm right here live in the flesh, able to answer whatever questions is out there.
Man, he sounds a lot like his dad.
I mean,
makes sense, right? Yeah. Well, there's a hot take. Shador sounds a lot like his dad.
That's a good one.
That's what I took from that.
That's a good one right there, y'all.
You want to just do mayor takes after all these?
I like that.
He sounds a lot like his dad. Cut one. Cut two. Shador Sanders at the East-West Shrine Bowl. What are his thoughts on meeting with the Titans and potentially being the first overall pick?
Yeah, it was pretty exciting that I was able to get and meet everybody and I was able to ask questions and understand me also.
What have you thought about potentially being the number one pick? How would that be to you?
Yeah, I'm just a player, so I'm just thankful for whatever situation, whoever drafts me, I know I'll be able to change their program.
Oh,
Can you run? You got to do number 4 right after that one. Cut 4.
Well, hang on. That was interesting because he went from saying what you expect him to say to at the very end, I'm a program changer, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a generational talent
He does that a couple times.
in so many words.
I need to mention this. Somebody in the chat earlier in the show said that Zeph was a generational talent. So there you go.
Oh,
Zeph.
thank you.
Yeah, I don't remember who said it, or they didn't say it. They wrote it. You want cut 4 now, Betsy?
Yeah, because it was what are his thoughts on meeting with the Giants. So you just heard Titans. Here's Giants.
Oh, no, it's very exciting. We have a great relationship. They definitely showed up plenty of times. You know, even to like practice, just seeing the logo, seeing the scouts in is very exciting.
Very exciting, Babs.
Some different answers.
Talked about a relationship, which means
Right.
he's been in contact with the Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, he wore the cleats, remember?
That's
Yeah.
right.
And then the Giants messed around and won.
Is there any illegal to that?
I don't think so.
I mean,
No, I don't think because it's not like
like his-
recruiting. Because
I know, but I'm talking about like, you have your visits that you're allowed with each players
I
or
think
whatever. But I guess with his dad being who his dad is, what can you do? Nothing.
I mean, I think in the moment, if you think back to that moment, it was pretty clear he mentioned relationship with Giants. Like, it was pretty clear he thought he was going number 1 to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then that same weekend, your boy from Missouri, Drew Lock, goes in there and wins.
Blows them away.
So much for that. Unless they trade up.
there was also a video of him and Brian Dable dapping up each other at the East West Shrine Bowl. So
yeah. Relationship is there.
That's a stupid saying.
I can't even believe it.
That was already a bad, get on my nerves saying. That's even worse with Liam Cohen saying it.
All right. So what does Shador think that he can bring to the team that drafts him?
It's not what I think, it's what I know I could bring. It's them just understanding and understand my personality, being able to see it. They see media, they see cameras, they see everything, and not everybody has the best and greatest intentions to represent me well. So I just came here and to represent the game, to bring attention to the game, and to meet people so they can understand.
What do you know you can bring?
A lot of wins.
That's quite simple.
Yeah, I like it.
A whole lot of wins.
I like this guy. When we come back, why is he worthy of the number 1 pick? He'll tell you that. And Cam Ward only wants to be known as a footballer. It's a pretty good little cut, too. All that coming up next, 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
If you need new windows and doors, Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville, who you need to call. You might be surprised to learn how affordable replacement windows are from Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. Even more affordable with the Dawn deal they have for you, 50% off qualifying installations and no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 full months. 615-249-1910 is their phone number. You can also schedule a very easy free consultation. They'll come out to your house. They'll bring samples. They'll show you windows. They'll tell you about their product. And they are the best, by the way. And you can check out that offer I also told you about. All you have to do, go online for Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. Schedule that, PellaNashville.com. You can stop by their showroom in Franklin at 277 Mallory Station Road or in Hendersonville at 256 East Main Street. They would love to see you. Get you some new windows and doors with Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Slay Dog, if you're watching the YouTube video, wondering why he's wearing an Auburn t-shirt for the first time in his life.
This is forced upon me.
He looks so good, doesn't he?
Forced upon
in that
me.
shade of orange.
Number 1, Auburn takes down number 6, Tennessee, 53-51.
Listen, it was a really good game.
It was a great game.
If Auburn would have beat them by more, I would have been way more obnoxious. But I feel like I can't be.
I mean, listen, man.
I mean, if Z's shot goes in, you lose.
I know, that's what I was like.
And it was all the
I would
way
have had my
in,
jersey
too.
ready, too.
I feel like I can't really rub it in like I want to because
That's cool.
it was pretty close.
I really wanted to see Babs wear your Tennessee jersey because it would have been a dress on her.
Yeah, maybe the SEC tournament when it goes down. Maybe we
I
match up
have
against
a
them
feeling
again.
those teams might see each other again.
Yeah, that was a good one, man. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah. And you are a
Doing
man
this.
of your word.
This little pom pom
See, to me, like
shaker.
How annoying are these things?
no.
So
Like
annoying.
shakers are cool fan things, but to you, it almost feels like a weapon.
That's what you rather use it as.
So when
The
I
way
was
she
in
shakes that thing?
college, my girls that I would go to football games when we didn't have volleyball, when we were actually in town, they would always be like, "Don't sit to the right of Dawn." Because that stupid shaker is going to be all in your face the whole game.
Always right
Don't
hand
sit
with
in
it.
front and don't sit to the right. So nobody would sit to the right of me
at you,
because
just
of me and my
popping things.
shaker.
Over there.
There are rules where you can sit. Yeah.
Speaking of basketball, AP Top 25 poll is out, and it's littered with SEC teams. Number 1, Auburn. Number 4, Alabama. Number 5, Florida. Number 8, Tennessee. Number 12, Kentucky. Number 13, Texas A&M. Number 14, Mississippi State. Number 20, Missouri. No SEC wins last year. That's how quickly you can pop back up.
Yep.
Number 20, Missouri. Number 23, Ole Miss. And Vanderbilt in the top 25 at 24.
Vandy, welcome to the party. Get on the train, the Byington train.
I actually think they should be ranked higher than 24. I think the poll is a little late on them.
I do think they late. I think the loss in between, even though it shouldn't count.
At Alabama?
Yeah. But it's going to count in the rankings, but it's not going to count against them in the
tournament bracket thing.
There you go.
Resume thing.
Yeah, buddy. Quads winning and all that.
We were kind of going through their schedule coming up, and they've got some work to do.
Oh, they got a little gauntlet.
So
smooth little gauntlet.
So
Big
we'll see.
picture, though, 3 Degree Lee
Man,
has gotten things going over there.
dude.
Huh?
Then we just
Get
talked
his
about that
story
on
made?
Friday. Like people don't understand, and it needs to be a story done on her nationally, the way she's turning around.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the
I agree.
intention to be there, but if they continue winning like they did in football, upsetting people, in basketball, upsetting people, and that, women's basketball, and like you said, volleyball getting ready to crank up.
Dude,
Like-
and they've got the new facilities going. They've got
Yeah.
a new basketball facility over there. The volleyball
Nice.
stuff is going to be awesome for this volleyball team that they brought back finally. I mean, things are happening over there.
That basketball
That have
facility
never happened.
Exactly. That was nice, the one they had in Memorial. But the one that they got now that's right in the end zone, dog, they got upstairs, downstairs, where the men and the women can separate. And you can have, you ain't got to wait for, let me see when the ladies finish practicing and I go in and get some shit. No, it's
Right.
two separate. Dog, they went top notch. I knew nothing about that. I walked up on that practice facility and was like, whoa, what is this?
I only knew it because I knew once. I didn't know the details of it,
Yeah.
but I knew once it was done was when volleyball would take over.
Oh,
in
so they're
there.
going to be in there in
Yep.
Memorial.
Yep.
That's cool.
No, they won't.
That's a
Well-
nice facility, too.
I don't think I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, don't say it.
Yeah, but yes.
That's already, I'm saying
Like,
that's
I
a
don't
nice
think-
facility,
I
though.
don't think all the
Like, you got
it's
two
not all
courts.
public knowledge, so I got to keep my
You know
mouth
what I mean?
shut.
Like, that's dope right there.
So, speaking of ranked SEC teams, Baseball America poll came out. Is that who it was? Baseball America's preseason rankings. So, SEC. Number 1, Texas A&M. We can do it again. Number 2, LSU. Number 3, Tennessee. Number 4, Arkansas.
Come on, yo. Stop it.
Top 4 teams. 7, Florida. 11, Georgia. 14, Texas. 15, Vanderbilt. 18, Mississippi State. And 20, Kentucky.
Ole Miss ain't ranked?
Nope.
That's
1,
Not yet.
2, 3,
Not yet.
4, 5, 6, 7,
Dog.
10 of the top 20 in baseball.
That's nuts. That's nuts, man.
Just means more, man.
It does. And then,
Coconuts.
see, with Vandy getting in there, too, now it's 14 of the 16 teams in the 16-team league have been ranked at some point.
That's crazy.
16. 14 of them have been ranked.
It's only top 25.
Like, it's only 25, man.
Yeah.
Hey, boy.
Yeah.
What?
We mentioned.
You remember, though, it was probably right before you joined the show where Sankey was like, basketball, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time for us to step up the game in basketball. They hired good coaches. They poured money into basketball programs in the SEC, all of that.
You can credit Bruce Pearl because there was a year where the SEC only had 3 teams in the SEC.
3 teams.
In the NCAA tournament. And Bruce Pearl went nuts at SEC spring meetings about we got to do better. They hired Mike Tranghese from the Big East to run basketball. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, Greg Sankey takes over the SEC as a commissioner, and he goes with it.
Yep.
And so Bruce Pearl gets some of the credit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Garth Glissman, too. Making some things over there, man.
Back to the NFL draft. Shedeur Sanders talking at the East-West Shrine Bowl. Why is he worthy of being the number 1 overall pick?
I mean, you got to cut on the tape. Yeah, I know I'm worthy of doing everything I put my mind to. So I'm always worthy of doing whatever.
All right.
I'm always worthy of doing whatever. I like that. It's good. That's good. The mindset to have. Just saying.
Shedeur Sanders at the East-West Shrine Bowl talking about his time at Jackson State and at Colorado and how that has prepared him for the NFL.
HBCUs is definitely my foundation, and I'm excited to be a part of that class and be a part of that group and that committee of people. It is definitely a truly grateful experience going there and experience that and knowing that's my foundation and going to a Power 5 and experiencing that also. So we changed the program at Jackson. We went to Colorado, changed the program, and we did everything people didn't think we was able to do. So that's why I know I'm the most guaranteed risk you can take.
I'm the most guaranteed risk you can take.
That's a great quote.
Yeah, everywhere I've been able to change.
He drops them like so subtly, too.
Yeah. It kind of flows off the tongue.
Yeah, just
like,
matter of fact.
You know who else used to do that?
Chris Lowe.
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders, yes.
In a little bit of a
CeeLo
different
does
way,
do that,
though.
He does.
Right.
Right?
This is more
Prime-
smooth in the conversation.
Right. Like Prime was in your face.
Yeah, Liz. You want me to tell you what it is? Yeah.
With a whole bunch of gold chains.
Yeah. Prime was coming
this
with
one,
sunglasses.
Shedeur is much more subdued.
He had that curl at Florida State, too.
Yeah, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Ward, we were talking about how competitive he is, and there are all kinds of videos now of him like talking with Shedeur about, like, there's the video, when was it?
Training together.
Yeah, training together, and he was like, at the Manning Passing Academy.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, man, you're late. And Shedeur's like, I was here on time. I was here at 8 or whatever. And he's like, well, I was here at 6:30, and I had an hour and a half of reps you didn't get. I mean, just matter-of-factly telling him that on video. Anyway, Cam Ward wants to be known as a football player.
Come on, bro, let's make a song. Let's drop one. I play football. Here we go. I play football. You ain't got no hobbies outside of that? I play football. That's the only hobby I want people to know me as football players. When they search up Cam Wood, we say American football.
American footballer.
The behind the scenes that you get to get now, man, is different.
Well, isn't it Shedeur that's putting all that out?
I would think so.
They have the same quarterback coach, right? Like, so they're always training together.
I think Shedeur has put a couple of.
I was going to say some of this stuff that makes Cam Ward look really good is Shedeur putting it out on his
seeing the
TikTok
personable
or
side of him. Yeah. Deion Sanders Jr. is somewhere roaming. You better believe they got that. He always got his camera rolling. So.
He's somewhere roaming.
Yeah, but
he does always have his camera rolling.
Yeah, I think they have a entertainment or film little company. Yeah, that they roll.
Oh, I'm sure.
Let's
Prime Video. It's not Prime Video because Amazon, but
yeah.
Something like that.
They might have had it first.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's get RT in Nashville in here. RT, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's happening?
Yo.
What up?
Ron, are we still talking about Vanderbilt as our little brother, since our little brother has smacked the big brother in the face now, or are we giving him some props?
No. See, now, if you're going to tell the story, you got to tell the whole story. I've been talking about Vanderbilt since the beginning with Byington coming in, and they're going to win some they not supposed to, they're going to lose some they not supposed to. But, yes, this is one of the occasions where Vanderbilt was the little brother, and he hit the big brother and ran in there with mama. So the return, we got to see what happens once they go up on Rocky Top. I thought Byington in his press conference set the record straight and was like, man, we got to be humble in our approach because we do have to see that team again, and it'll be on their turf.
I will say this. I'm a season ticket holder, and they are a ton more fun to watch
No
than
question.
they have been in the past 4 years. And I think that little brother has now arrived, and I'll let you go on that one.
Now, let me ask you this, though, before you can't just get in here and just add something and then just bail out. Let's do it. Let me ask you something. Like, don't you think that it's caught these people by surprise and the Memorial Magic is back? Home court means just that much?
Absolutely. We talk about that with the guys I sit around about Memorial Magic being back.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see in the next couple of years if he can get the team he wants in there. This team was obviously put together on short notice.
Yep.
So I want to see him get his team in there and see if we can get even better.
Yep.
And then you guys can refer to us as Big Brother at that time.
I can dig it. I ain't got no knock on that. You got the cards right now, no doubt.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
He made a great point there at the end when he's able to get that recruiting piece going.
But this is what I think.
And the transfers.
I think people got to understand, and I think it's the same thing with Kentucky with Mark Pope. Like, you go recruit the players that fit your system. This is what he does. He plays a positionless style of basketball, so it won't stray too far away from him having like what Stack had with Lim Robbins, a 7-footer that, okay, we're going to dump it down. Lim Robbins going to end up with 26 and 12. You know, that's not the way they play. They play up and down, 5 guys around the perimeter. Unless you got a 7-footer out there that can shoot, this is what you going to get. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys came from James Madison with him, don't forget.
Yep, that's right.
Tyler Nickel, he recruited coming in, so...
But is that his style he wants to play,
I
or
think
is
so.
that because he just doesn't have it?
No, I think so. I think you get maybe a higher caliber when you start talking about talent. Maybe you get somebody 6'5" that can play the point, that can do that, and it's going to be more attractive. But I think this style, this is what you're going to get with him.
Wow.
You would have fit in well with that style.
Oh, I would have.
Can you imagine?
Oh, man. Well, I would have loved Bruce style.
Going Shadors.
Man, what? Bruce just let his big do anything they want to. We need a bucket. Give him the ball. Let him go get a bucket. He'll give him Broom the ball at the 3-point line and let him back him down. Oh, what? 5 dribbles to get the man under the basket? Hell yeah, I won't play on that team.
5 o'clock hour coming up. Chris Lowe at 5:20. 3HL 104.5 this one. Go to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, whatever you need. My guy Daniel Gupton and his crew are ready to help you out. Just let them know. They've got an incredible selection. You can check them out online at GuptonMotors.com. That's GuptonMotors.com. All the dealership information is there. All the deals they have going on right there. Directions, phone number, all of it. They've got some deals for you. Select 2024 Jeep Gladiators up to 25% off MSRP. $500 off every pre-owned vehicle with dealer-arranged financing. 2024 Jeep Wrangler 4xe, 0% for 72 months. Ram 3500, 4500, 5500 in stock, upfitted, ready for all of your commercial needs. 24 West exit 35 is a straight shot into the best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. 3450 Tom Austin Highway, GuptonMotors.com.
Good evening. It's 5:02. I'm Joe Spinano live from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. The Tennessee Titans have announced several staff changes today. Luke Stalker was promoted to tight ends coach. John Fossil was officially named the special teams coordinator, and Tony Alden was hired as the passing game coordinator / cornerbacks coach. That means Colt Anderson, Chris Harris, and Justin Naughton will all not return in 2025. Also, some reported changes to the Titans front office as they are expected to hire former Raiders GM Dave Ziegler as the assistant general manager and Dolphins executive Reggie McKenzie in a key senior scouting role. They will join Chad Brinker and Mike Bergonzi. In college basketball news, Tennessee men's team drops to number 8 in the AP poll after falling 53-51 to number 1 Auburn on Saturday. Vanderbilt is now ranked at number 24 after beating Kentucky at home. The Commodores are now 16-4 after winning 9 games all of last season. Tonight, number 18 Lady Vols hosts number 2 South Carolina. Head coach Kim Caldwell, just 7 days removed from giving birth to her son Connor, is set to return to the sideline to coach for Tennessee. Tip-off is at 6 o'clock on ESPN2. For all your foundation repair, waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home of the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty with you on a beautiful evening in the Music City. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had a great Monday. It's going to be a great week. All things great, including Don Davenport.
Yes, War Eagle. War Damn Eagle.
They heard you, Babsy.
Just making sure. Zeph, do you have the proper intro for a Mr. Ronald Sylvester Slay?
Give me a minute.
There we go.
Nah,
Good job,
you
Zeph.
should be on it. Come on, Zeph.
That's my guy.
We played it once.
We did, but that was at the start of the show. This is the end of the show. You got to bookend them.
Yeah, we needed to start the 5 o'clock hour this way. If you haven't heard, Ron Slay lost a bet. Auburn beat Tennessee 53-51.
For having to listen to this, I should be able to go have to pick up Baby Babs. Where's Baby Babs' next little event?
Ever to conquer, never to yield. War Eagle, fearless and true. Fight on, you orange and blue. Go, go, go on to victory. Strike up the bag. Give 'em hell, stand up and yell. Hey, War Eagle, win for Auburn power of Dixieland.
Auburn power.
War Eagle, slay.
Man, I swear. I'm even more convinced that thing's a weapon with Babs.
It is. You see that? All that turning with the wrist and everything?
Babs with a shaker's dangerous proposition.
Boy. Look, everybody say, we hear you,
slay.
Babs.
That's
they
perfect.
hear you, Babs.
I know.
So, Bruce Pearl said this after the game about Tennessee.
We beat a great team.
Yeah.
Like guys, here's the deal. I can tell you right now, our guys were in the locker room talking how good they were. Doesn't happen very often.
Mm-hmm.
They like how good is Meshack defensively?
Oh, he plays so hard. So
effectively.
Hard. Yes.
And Ziegler is, he's impossible. He's a great New York City point guard, and he went up against a young Jersey kid.
Yes.
And he bothered to hide. Well, he's got 4 years on him. But I think I'll tell you what, our kids really left that game going, holy shit, Tennessee's really good. They're not as good as on the front line. Our front line.
Right. That's what I said. I said that was kind of the difference.
Yeah, it was a difference. That was a difference. If you'd have looked at the stat sheet and said our guards are going to shoot that percentage, there's no chance.
Zero.
We have zero chance to win.
Right.
But you know what? It's an older team. Tennessee, I don't know anybody's going to beat them at home.
Listen, man. This is
Bruce
what I
just keeping it real.
first and foremost, like what Yor just said when they were at the spring meetings, like you don't want another spokesperson for the SEC outside of Bruce Pearl. Like even though like you go to war, unless he don't like you, then just like,
well, everything he said right there was real. Yeah, and it's not like he was propping up the opponent. He was saying good things about his team.
Exactly.
And kind of turned into that analyst thing that he did when he had to sit out 3 years.
But a lot of people will leave that off the table just talking about their guys. Like he's comfortable enough in his coaching career to say, you know what, they good enough. You know what I'm saying? And big up the league at the same at the same time. But that's something that I keep on harping on, man. And a lot of people keep saying like that's excuses. Man, losing J.P. Estrella, Also, Cam Carr walking away from the team, like that made that front line that was already in question a little bit. They made it thinner. And when you're going against the teams like Florida, you're going against teams like Auburn, you're going against teams like Alabama, you're going against teams even like Kentucky, everybody with a monstrous, even South Carolina, who hasn't won a game. They lost 4 games by 1 possession. You know who's dominated every time? Their interior. The interior is vital in this league, dog. And until you start to get more scoring, you'll see them lopsided victories, you know what I mean, or the ones you can't pull out because you're able to go bully. Florida, that's what when we talked about it with Gator Mike, dog, they bullied them. They threw 4, 6, 10 or bigger guys and hand lockdowns on their way back for them.
Florida-Auburn will be a war.
No. Yeah.
That'll be fun to watch.
Yes, sir. It's going to be fun throughout, man.
I wonder what Liam Cohen thinks about Auburn's win.
Duval.
This is like this dude right here.
That is so weird.
So if I'm Liam Cohen and I, put a reservation in for dinner, I'm going to show up and I'm going to say.
Oh, wait, sorry. I thought that was the same one.
Hey, it's close enough.
That's it. I mean, Liam Cohen now, he completely changed how that entire fan base says that. And he can just walk around town and say this all day long.
Duval.
I need to hear their fan base response. I need to hear Big John. Let me send this to Big Joe. Send that to me, Zeph. So I got it.
I sent it to the group.
Okay, I'm finna send that to Big Joe and tell him I need a response.
So if I'm a Jacksonville player and I'm in the facility and I'm like, hey, coach. No. Don't call me coach. Call me
Duval.
His ringtone now on his phone is
Duval.
I love it. I love it.
Man, I can't get enough of it. I want all y'all listening. When you lay your head on your little pillow tonight and the lights go out and you close your eyes, this is what I want in the top of your brain.
Duval.
How creepy is that, man?
That's the cloud. Please play the cloud, Zeph. You got to play.
So
That's not even the right way to say it.
You think right before the press conference he watched Toy Story.
Yes.
And then went in the press conference and said Duval wrong.
Yeah, it was stuck in his mind. Like now it's getting stuck in mine. I don't even know how to say the regular Duval anymore.
All right, would you like to hear?
No, this is how you say it now. He changed it.
Would you like to hear the other suggestion we got?
From Liar? Yeah.
This is what it says.
The claw.
That's a little bit, but the Toy Story the one got it.
Yeah.
That's it right there, boy.
Duval.
So for people that don't know and why we think this is so funny, number one, I think it's funny because it's so creepy. But number two, they say Duval.
That's exactly how they say it.
Not
Duval. Like a little old man getting tired. I'm tired of running this marathon.
So
an old man getting tired. I love that.
That's the only thing I come up with right now.
I think it's pretty good. 615-737-1045 if you want in at the RHL 1045. Lady Vols hosting number 2, South Carolina tonight at 6 o'clock on ESPN2.
Yeah.
Tennessee's lost 2 in a row, 4 out of 6. That's what happens when you go into conference play. South Carolina has won 14 games in a row, as you might imagine. Their only loss this year was an away game against UCLA.
Well,
8 McDonald's All-Americans on that
loaded.
How do you do that?
And if I'm not
Because you're
mistaken,
Dawn Staley.
Yeah.
She's a recruiting machine.
Great answer right there, Babs.
That's how.
If I'm not mistaken, one of their dogs, the young lady that was taking off Duncan, I think she got hurt. She did, Ashlyn Watkins.
Taking off Duncan.
She was real live. Like, you know how Candace Parker would have to get on the break and take off it? No, this can happen in game, like whenever we're ready.
Like drop step?
Yeah, like when if it's a steal at half court or backdoor play, everybody on the bench is standing up. That kind of dunking, like they know it's about to happen. That's Ashlyn Watkins. She got hurt. Ashlyn Watkins just look her up on YouTube.
I just like how you said
6'3",
taking off Duncan.
She was averaging 7 and 6 coming off the bench.
Somebody a long time ago decided to take me off Duncan too.
Oh, well, sometimes you just get taken off on. Raven Johnson is man. They got so many players. I ain't even going through this.
You don't need to break it down.
That's too much. Ain't
Take too long.
Ain't nobody got time for this.
So Tennessee, an 11.5-point underdog tonight at home. And
Tennessee got to shoot that three right.
Yeah.
They hit that three, we got us a ball game.
Well, if it looks like Vanderbilt first half, they're going to get run out of there.
Yeah.
Remember, they couldn't hit one at all.
Yep. One thing about it, though, they're going to continue to shoot.
4 losses, 8 combined points.
Yeah.
I still can't get over that.
So
now I got people writing me talking about that Auburn shirt looks good on you.
It does.
So
it looks phenomenal.
Oh, man.
Plus 11.5 then? Since they've lost 4 games by 8 total points? Or is South Carolina just that different?
Like playing against. I don't like playing with South Carolina like it. Like I don't like betting against Mahomes.
Yeah. Did Richard Hendricks write you? Does he like it? Your shirt?
No, Rich. You know he ain't with that. But you know what they made him do down there in the jungle? They made him put a little orange. And he did it.
He did it
while he was commentating the game.
For those that don't know, Richard Hendricks, great basketball player at Alabama.
Alabama all day long, and was calling the Auburn game, and he put a little tin of orange on. I couldn't believe it. My skin would have started melting.
How's your skin doing right now?
It's solid just because one is orange.
Do you feel warm and cozy in that Auburn t-shirt?
Yeah, it's a little slimy on the inside, but I get it done. I can fight with it.
It's very beautiful.
I only got a week, 2 days I ain't here.
It's true.
Well, 1 day.
Yeah, what is your schedule this week? You're out Tuesday?
Yep.
You have to call in to talk Tennessee, Kentucky.
Absolutely do. If Zephyr send me the Zoom link, I'm going to take my mic this time, too.
Bring a ring light. Your hotel light.
Yeah.
But put it where, though?
You always look like a hostage.
You put it in front of you put it right behind the camera.
No, in my bag.
Oh, yeah, put it in your bag.
What bag, sir?
You're missing the question.
You know how big my ring light is? My ring light is this big.
Well, bring a smaller one.
I didn't go buy one. You give me the money to buy one.
Look at
that.
Babsy. Look at that.
Babs has one.
That's a makeup thing, though, right?
No, it's a light.
It is a light.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to Slay.
I got a ring light, y'all.
Yeah, but is it bigger in your head?
Right. No,
Will it fit in your suitcase?
I had to work on this stuff.
It'll pack under your clothes.
Look,
I've seen your suitcase. It'll fit.
you can just put it on your laptop.
Oh, yeah, let me see that, Babsy. Yeah, that's different.
Ooh, look. It looks so much better when you're lit.
Babsy love the throw stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
She does, and we like to try to keep
Babs,
it.
where'd you get this wrong?
We have a level of darkness that we've come up with in the studio where Babs won't notice until she pulls out ring lights.
Yeah, now y'all got me all dark in here.
Yeah. All right, Chris Lowe coming up next. We'll talk college football, college basketball with CeeLo on 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, fellas? 615-898-9367. Call or text and get in the game today with GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Guys, I'm telling you, it's the beginning of the year, and I know you're a little frustrated with your lack of gains in the gym, or maybe your lack of performance in the bedroom. Yeah, you can't get it right. Well, Game Day will get you right, like diet, exercise, whatever it is, but you must know testosterone levels are huge. 1 in 4 men over 30 have low testosterone levels, so you need to get active. Low testosterone can affect your energy levels, like your workouts, your sleep, your bedroom activities, and can even make you grumpy. So you got 2 locations to go to get this erectile dysfunction created and get it stopped. Green Hills or Hendersonville. You can stop it right now. 15 minutes, you'll know your levels. Don't put this off any longer. Call Game Day at 615-898-9367, and you know it's time to get in the game. Get rid of all those lack of performances. You don't want to be that guy. 615-898-9367. Get in the game today with GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Holly said Brent poking the bear.
That's what he does.
But I don't remember poking
What bear
the
you
bear.
poked, though?
I don't remember.
Which bear?
Ball.
That ball? That bear? I ain't worried about them.
No, I was thinking the Auburn, Tennessee Bear.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I probably would do that. Emmett says, I bet Ron Slay got a Vol shirt underneath that Auburn shirt.
No, but what I do have is a big old tattoo right here of a Tennessee Power T on me, Emmett. So
you always have that.
You're right. It's on me.
That he does.
On me. Sometimes it's in ya.
Poking the bear. I mean, Jacksonville's thing against the Titans is that, I don't know if y'all know this, but their thing against the Titans is that Titans fans smell like mayonnaise. That's their whole thing.
Because of Will Levis?
No, this has gone on forever.
That's
why
all
it
we
was
got to
funny.
worry about.
That's why it was funny that Levis did mayonnaise commercials.
Wow. I never knew that.
But now we have Liam Cohen.
Ball.
That right there. That is going to be the gift that I always give.
Is it good enough to play like before the game on the scoreboard when they play the Jags?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You think I'm going to put it in a video after we spank them up? You wrong. Look what's on the screen. You just missed it. It was on
Polamalu in his hair.
It was something with Duval on there.
Duval.
Chris LoJoyce from ESPN.com. Chris, that was Liam Cohen at the introductory press conference today. That's something, huh?
It's not too long ago, Liam Cohen was the OC at Kentucky.
That's right. He's the Will Levis whisperer.
And really was there when Will had his best year.
That's right.
At Kentucky.
Do you remember the story? So Liam Cohen saying Duval in a really creepy way is really funny to me, maybe too funny to me. Maybe it's more funny to me than anybody else. I don't know. But it reminded me, Chris, remember when Dana Altman took the Arkansas job and he went out and called the Hogs and he was so uncomfortable he went in his office, called Creighton and said, "Can I come back?"
Hey, I don't even think he had to go back and pay a fee to change his flight. He was going back to Creighton so fast. That was crazy. I remember Greg Marshall did that one year when he was at Winthrop. He went to College of Charleston, was there for a day or maybe not even a day or two, and Colin went back to Winthrop. Now he ended up going to Wichita State, but there've been a few like that.
Dana Altman calling the Hogs is one of the funniest
all-time most awkward moments ever.
I mean, seriously, you doing that job as long as you have, how weird is it when a coach takes a job? Rich Rodriguez took the Alabama job and then slept on it. How different would college football be?
Yeah, and turned him down.
And then they get Saban.
Story. Yeah, he told me a great story. He said that he was there years after, when Saban was in the middle of his run, and he'd gone there to view spring practice or observe or whatever. And he's there at the football complex, the stadium. I can't remember where it was. And there's all these statues. Saban's got a statue of Bear Bryant. And he's like, "Where's my statue?" He said, "Had I turned these guys down, you never got Nick Saban. So don't I deserve a statue here?"
He's funny. I'm excited to see him back at West Virginia.
Well, here's another part of
that goes.
Here's another part of this. If Nick Saban got Drew Brees, who failed a physical at Miami with the Dolphins, maybe he doesn't take the Alabama job and he's the Dolphins coach forever.
Sliding doors.
There's a lot of those what if stories. I think I did one a few years ago. Of course, a few years for me now, it's 10 years ago, but there are a lot of them like that where guys, slept on jobs. Charlie Strong took the Tennessee job. Slept on it. His girls didn't want to leave Louisville, so he decided to stay, and that was when they hired Butch Jones. So, now Charlie obviously didn't fare great at Texas, but he could have been the Tennessee job. I think Gundy was close to taking it, or maybe did take it at one point. Think about all the what-ifs just with Tennessee.
Well, even so, Charlie Strong would have been building bricks, right? So even Greg Marshall, as you mentioned, he was always around every time the Tennessee job came open, his name was there.
Well, listen, when Buzz
Slay was there,
when Buzz Peterson got the job, I can remember talking to Greg every night leading up to that, and J. Wade Gilley. There's your name from the past, Slay. J. Wade Gilley, who was the president of Tennessee, had some connection with Marshall. I don't know if he was was somewhere as a chancellor when Marshall was, maybe when he was at College of Charleston, and he liked Marshall. I think there was a connection, and they ended up going with Buzz because, I guess he had a bigger name, he had a little bit more experience. But no, Marshall wanted that job, and there was another time after that when he was in play. And I've talked to Greg. Greg's got a place down in Pawleys Island, South Carolina, and I see him occasionally when I'm vacationing down there. And he's talked about that at length, that there was at least once, maybe twice, where he thought he was going to get the Tennessee job. But yeah, there's tons of those. I mean, let's not even go down the Greg Schiano lane. They had the plane waiting on him. And the plane's waiting on him to bring him back to Knoxville. So, we could do a whole weeks of shows on what ifs for Tennessee athletics.
Yeah, there was a riot there.
Hey.
Slade just said he didn't know that.
I didn't even know that about. Greg Marshall.
Greg Marshall, yeah.
Oh, he would have crawled. He told me he would have crawled to Knoxville.
Oh my!
He was at Winthrop then. Remember Winthrop had that good run?
Yes, I do remember that.
I think they upset Notre Dame in the tournament, but this was more closer to when he first got to Winthrop.
Mm-hmm. About 4 years out.
Here's and we could. I know I'm going to kill the whole segment. What about Kevin Stallings when he was at Illinois State? They went to see him. There's the whole story about they were trying to get him with Tim Floyd too. They left the room to go in the kitchen to take a call. Doug Dickey and some other power brokers were there, and Kevin's wife overheard them talking to somebody. It was Tim Floyd or Tim Floyd's representative.
Tim Floyd, it was. Yep.
and Stallings pulled out. And the next year, which would have been Jerry Green's, your boy JG's first year, they played Illinois State in the first round out in Sacramento. I was there, and Illinois State beat them 8-9 game.
Yep. I remember.
So I remember you could have had Kevin Stallings. You could have had Greg Marshall.
Dude, I'm cool where Buzz had us and great career. Greg Marshall, though,
he can coach.
Hey, man.
Here's the one that's going to get you guys all. Here's the one that's going to, and all the Tennessee fans listening are just going to wince when I say this. Ernie Grunfeld. No, Ernie helped deliver Pearl. There was a connection there.
Yep.
But before that, I don't know which one of those 9 million coach changes this was during Tennessee basketball.
Kevin O'Neal, maybe?
No, maybe. Somewhere in there, Ernie Grunfeld did his best to try to sell him on Jay Wright when Wright was at Hofstra.
Oh. No. Slay? Slay is like
Don't
what?
do that, Lo. Don't do that, Lo. Don't do that right there, Lo. What?
Jay Wright at Hofstra. Look, and I can remember talking to people in the know there. And there was a Bill. There was Bill Self was in there somewhere. Where was Bill way back before
Tulsa? Before Tulsa?
Tulsa, yeah.
It was Tulsa.
Maybe then, but Valjean Ivan and Bill Self's wives were good friends. And Valjean was a Tennessee then team physician, and he really tried hard to get him on Bill Self. And I'm sorry I can't remember where Bill was at that point. And thanks, but no thanks.
What are we talking about?
I'm telling you guys, we could do a whole week on these.
I love these little off-season conversations.
Hey, man.
Chris knows where all the bodies are buried.
Dog.
I remember the Greg Marshall thing with Buzz Peterson.
Dude, that one happened so fast. I'm telling you, we was at Panama City Beach and got a call, and they were like, hey, man, y'all got to get back up. We were like, for what?
Like on vacation?
Yeah, we just got put out by Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
And then me, Vincent Yarbrough, Dale Baker, we all went down there. Shout out to Will from the Ville. All went down to Panama City Beach and was down there for about 2 days. And all of a sudden, Vince got a call. Coach Grant called Vince, was like, hey, man, y'all got to get back up here. They just fired Coach Green. Like, what? And they already got a coach?
Ray Grant.
Yeah, y'all ain't looking for nobody?
Ray Grant. There's a good name from the past. Here it is.
That's another good story.
Self was at Oral Roberts.
Oral Roberts.
And went to Tulsa in '97. So that's when, which I think that's when O'Neal left. And they brought in JG.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Bill Self was definitely one that they could have had. There's a ton of them, and there's what we mentioned, 3 or 4 guys there that either won a national title or played the Final Four. Self won a national title. Jay Wright won a national title. Greg Marshall took Wichita State to the Final Four.
Yep.
We go on and on.
Look how that intertwines, and we would have ended up playing We lost my freshman year to Tulsa. No, was it sophomore year? To Tulsa. Might have been a freshman year. But we were going to end up playing them in the Elite to go to the Elite Eight after we won the Sweet 16.
Right.
Yep.
When Wichita, when you guys lost to Wichita, were you there when they lost to Wichita?
No, that was the year before. When we lost to North Carolina, North Carolina ended up playing.
You're right. Yep. You're exactly right.
Coach Self and them in Tulsa.
What is the worst? No, go ahead.
Brendan Haywood. Hey, Brendan Haywood fouls out Slay.
Never
and who comes off the bench to beat you guys in that game?
The NFL Hall of Famer,
Julius Peppers.
Julius Peppers.
Wow.
Man, this is that's made my head hurt.
Chris,
as he's sitting here in his Auburn T-shirt.
There's so much going on.
This is a day, Slay.
There's so much going on.
Have a day,
It's a
Slay.
rough day.
Chris Lowe with us from ESPN.com. Worst coaching fit in Tennessee history. Is it recency bias for me to say Jeremy Pruitt or Kevin O'Neal? Because Kevin O'Neal, that was something.
Well, and one thing I'll say for Kevin is he sort of laid the groundwork, however you want to interpret that. He laid the groundwork to bring in the players that sort of took off under Green when Slay was there. I mean, Tony Harris, Vincent. I mean, Tony Harris was the big get. Tony was already.
That's true.
I don't remember if he was committed or signed.
No, it was committed. Yep.
And then O'Neal leaves and goes to Northwestern.
Yep.
And Jerry comes in, and let's give credit to Chris Ferguson and Byron Samuels and that staff were able to talk Tony into staying, and that really was sort of that was the big get then. And they got Vincent, they got Slay, was Hathaway already there?
Yep, Hat was out. Yep.
Victor, Isaiah Victor. I can still hear your boy JG. Well, that's back when we could watch practice, Slay, and we'd be watching practice, and he'd miss. He wouldn't block someone out, and Jerry would say, "No blocks out, Isaiah Victor. Let's run. Let's run a 17."
They mark it down.
He did talk like that too, with that high pitched voice.
Hey, boy. Wow. To your credit though, to Kevin O'Neal, like you're right. He did lay the foundation where Coach Green and them, all they had to do was go out and get talent. They went and got some real talent to go with some hard workers already. And it messed.
That's interesting about Kevin O'Neal. I forgot that part of it because I remember sitting in Thompson Bowling Arena, and man, it was like deathly quiet in a 2,000 seat building, and my man kicked the scoreboard one time, like on the sideline that runs the ads in rotation. He kicked it so hard that he broke it, and it echoed through the building. And he would, curse his butt off during games, and there was no one there, so you could hear all of it.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there watching them score like 31 points against Auburn or something.
He was uncanny in the way he could incorporate the F word into every single word and every single sentence you could possibly imagine.
Mm-hmm. You ain't lying.
What's KO doing now, Chris? You know?
He went to USC and coached for a while. That's a good question.
He went back to the NBA, didn't he?
He did.
He went back to the NBA. But who was the other one? And then Jeremy. Jeremy was from the football version. Yeah, that was a nightmare. It just didn't work out. And but there were so many of those basketball hires in there, and from DeVoe all the way up till when they got it right with Pearl. But even Pearl was, I think there were some other guys involved, and again Grunfeld was involved in the Pearl hire because of their ties there in Milwaukee. And I think Ernie's son and Jackie, Bruce's daughter, had gone to school together, knew each other. So, but yeah, Grunfeld tried to deliver Jay Wright. That was the one. I remember talking to somebody in the know, very, very close, very basketball centric, who even then said, "Boy, we swung and missed big time." Of course, nobody knew that Wright would go on to be one of the better coaches in college basketball in the last 2 or 3 decades.
Slay just shaking his head. So, another interesting story. I can't wait till the Low Dog book comes out about Tennessee athletics when you retire. But had just a couple of little things happen differently in the Bruce Pearl situation. He may still be there. They might have won a national title or two. You know what I mean? Like he had that thing going.
Well, if and there's a lot of different ways to look at it. Bruce didn't tell the truth, and there was the cover up and all that. But I'm not. I'm not kicking that dead horse. But in his defense, in his coach's defense, Jason Shea and Steve Forbes, if they had been told by people there at Tennessee that the NCAA had a picture of the infamous barbecue of who was the kid from Ohio State that
Aaron Kraft.
Yeah.
Aaron Kraft. They had a picture when they went in to talk to investigators, then I think things would have happened differently. And I don't, it would have been, they would have gotten caught. They would have been some, I don't know. They would have had some things happen, but I don't think he ever gets hot. I don't think he ever gets fired.
Right. And some people knew about that picture and Bruce didn't.
Yes. So there was, what I'm trying to say is there was some blame to go around, but it should never come to the come to the point where a barbecue where you bring a kid over, which you shouldn't have had him. It was during a dead time. You shouldn't have had him at your house in the first place. But there should have been a better communication. Probably is the best way to say it. And it should never got to that point.
That is a good way to say it. Yeah.
But without that, and let's look at things happen. There's the old word maybe this, maybe that. Do you ever get Rick Barnes? If that doesn't happen, do you get Rick Barnes? And as awesome a run as they had under Bruce, which they did, I think this run under Rick's, I think you could probably say is about the best run they've ever had in Tennessee hoops history.
Yep, totally agree. That was fun. A little story time there with Chris Lowe.
Man, Greg Marsh.
You're gonna be thinking about that one tonight.
Oh.
Next time I see Greg at Paulie's Island, we're going to call you, Slay. We're going to face him.
Please.
And I'm going to get him to tell you the story. He's got a sweet house right there in Litchfield Beach on the second row, looking out over the water. Wichita State's still paying him. We're going to FaceTime you. We might get there's a little Irish pub that he likes to go to.
Yeah.
We're going to call you from that Irish pub. I'm going to let him tell you the whole story via FaceTime.
Oh man, boy. All right. Golly.
So you don't go when you go back. You don't go. You go back. You go vacation style. You don't go back to Rock Hill necessarily.
No, we have there's a couple places that we vacation there a couple times a year, and one of them is right just down from where Greg's house is, and so that's sort of how I've gotten to connect with him when I go there on vacation.
Chris Hope, also from Rock Hill, South Carolina.
There's a lot of talent from there.
Nashville resident. I talked to Chris a few weeks ago. He's still in Nashville. But, there's Rock Hill's were all there. I mean, listen, we can't match Pearl Cullen, okay? But Rock Hill High School is right up there, maybe just a notch below Pearl Cullen as far as producing stars. And for the record, I am not one of those stars.
Hard to get field time, court time, any kind of time at Rock Hill, South Carolina. Thank you, Chris. That was fun. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate
all right,
you,
guys. See you.
Thanks, CeeLo.
Greg Marshall, huh?
Oh.
I didn't know you didn't know that. I would have told you that a long time ago.
He's like, you talking about a system I love to play in, like, dog, like, see, that's wild.
We'll be right back.
Wild.
What's happening, Hofstra? What's happening, everybody? Brentwood Jewelry, BrentwoodJewelry.com, 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every single day for over 50 years. Get in there and get you something nice. You want to pop that question? Let them help you take the stress out of selecting the perfect engagement ring. They can help you find a beautiful ring in your ideal budget, too. Browse their incredible selection of one-of-a-kind rings or talk with the custom design specialists that they have there on deck. Listen, it's real simple. All you do, you go in and ask them, hey, what's the rules of engagement? I'm trying to get this done. First, you ask your partner. That's what they'll tell you. Next, you discuss the expectations. 3, if she wants to be involved, you can send her in there to pick out whatever she wants to get. But fellas, don't feel left out. You want watches? They got them. Find pre-owned Rolexes right there at a fraction of the cost. They do not miss. All you got to do is go to 7012 Church Street East, physically located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. But if you also don't want to do that, go to handheld device, BrentwoodJewelry.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. How about Vandy women beating number 19 Alabama on the road in Tuscaloosa 66-64? Broke a 10-game losing streak to Bama. First time Vandy has beaten two ranked teams in the same season since 2015-16. How about that stat?
It's very, very, very impressive.
First road win of the season. They're 17-4, 4-3 in the conference play. Michaela Blake's 33 points, 5 boards, freshman from Somerset, New Jersey.
Man, dog. Her and Pierre, like those two right there. Sheesh, man. I could watch. I'm paying to watch them play. That's how.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm paying to watch
Support.
them. Yeah,
3 Degree Lee, man. The Lady Vols host number 2 South Carolina tonight at 6 on ESPN 2, Tennessee and South Carolina. South Carolina's won 14 in a row.
Jeez.
615-737-1045. You want in? Michael Spain on YouTube. Why is Slay wearing Auburn gear? That's blasphemy, dog.
Listen,
Paying off a bet.
I agree with you.
He's paying
I
off
agree
his
with
bet.
you. It is blasphemy. Yeah, I say the same thing, Michael Spain. Wish my balls could have pulled it on out. I wouldn't have had to do this.
It was close. It was
No,
close.
it's very close, but no cigar.
Could have gone either way.
Yes, it could have, but it didn't.
You know what?
What?
I'd be very happy if either one of our teams won the national title.
Oh, I'd be happier if Tennessee did it, but listen, I'm all for Coach.
I mean, I'd
I'm
be
a
happier if Auburn
Yeah.
or Duke wins it all. But
I am all on board with Coach Burrow.
You combined them.
Yeah.
Bruce Pearl.
That's what we do on 3HL. We
Burrow.
expedite time.
That's right.
Coach Burrow, great guy, man. Yeah, like that dude, I'm telling you, man, opened his arm up to me, man, like I played for him at Tennessee. And that's what
it feels like when we're around you and him talking.
You're talking about when he was at Tennessee?
Yeah, when he was at Tennessee. I was
Okay.
coming back, and you hear all the football stories. You hear Savage talk about it all the time with the revolving door that was up there with football. Like, it wasn't welcoming to come back to football.
Right.
So to know that was able to happen at Tennessee, and I don't know if a lot of people understand that when you go back to try to finish your degree, whatever sport you played, that active coach has to sign off for you to go get the scholarship. You know what I mean? And get your schooling paid for.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Bruce Pearl, like, it wasn't even a hesitation. It was like, man, you got to go talk to Pearl. I went in there and talked to him at his, sat down at his desk. We talked hoops for a second. He was like, what you need from me? I was like, man, I need this school paid for. He said, that's it? Hey, man, hold on. Picked up the phone. Hey, hurry up and do this. Like, what we waiting on? Yeah. Did that, and it was on. Invited me to practices.
Yeah.
Play pickup with his guys. Like, that was pretty dope. You know what I mean? So I had been gone for a minute anyway. So.
And you're close with Steven too, right?
Yeah. See, look, because he was playing the pickup games with me. Yeah, I was dog walking Lil Pearl out there too.
I love Lil Pearl.
I think Lil Pearl was probably used to that.
Lil Pearl, who's like 4 inches taller than me.
Right.
And I ain't short.
Yeah.
But he's Lil
my
Pearl.
guy, though. Good dude, man. Coaching waiting.
That's why. So all these IU people think
they can get Bruce
that
Pearl.
they can get Bruce Pearl. I'm like, no.
It ain't happening.
No. And they're like, well, I say they. My husband is like, oh, well, they'll make Steven his coach in waiting. I'm like, no.
No.
Bruce Pearl has it set up at Auburn. Look at what they're doing. Look how they're recruiting.
Yep.
Look at the support they have. I'm like, why is he? Why?
Bruce it was like 2 weeks ago. I saw a story like 7 a.m, and I sent it to Babs and Travis, and the headline was Indiana plans to go after Pearl or something like that. I'm like, let me start their day off with this.
This would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man. He's
we got in an argument about it.
He based on loyalty and legacy.
Do you know what IU
He's
fan
getting
is
everything
in
he needs
basketball?
there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what IU fan is in basketball?
What?
Where Tennessee fan was
in
football during groomers and all of that, talking about hiring a new
Just out here
coach and
searching.
thinking like, oh, well, all these great coaches will leave
we
their
gonna get Vince
programs to come
Lombardi to come
here.
coach us here.
Yeah,
Like,
because we're Tennessee. IU basketball is exactly where Tennessee football was back then.
Can Gruden coach basketball?
I mean, I'm sure he thinks he can.
Yeah, they probably would accept it.
Let's go ahead and start that.
Yeah.
Gruden to
That'd be
Indiana.
good. Mike Wilson was that, but they thought that was the high. Y'all need to go get Kevin Sampson back. He ain't leaving Houston.
I was surprised when Mike Woodson got that job.
I mean, IU guy, man, with that NBA lineage behind him.
Can I read Chris Lowe's text message out loud?
I mean, he's just.
What'd he do?
He sent a story to Slay about how they almost hired Greg Marshall. Slay would have had him as his coach. And then also said something else.
He said, I also forgot when Tennessee hired Pearl after Buzz was fired, Bob Knight reached out to Mike Hamilton through his son Pat Knight and expressed interest in their job. Maybe a conversation or two, but Tennessee's camp felt like he was doing so to use it as leverage against Texas Tech, which is where he was at the time. The general.
That would have been something.
That one.
Could you have played under that Bob Knight?
If coming in and getting used to it, yes.
He was chilled back a little bit at Texas Tech, though.
Already being as a junior and him walking in.
Yeah, that might have been tough.
That would have been tough. I would have had
coming off Jerry Green too.
But Jerry
that's what I'm Green saying. Was like super low.
I saw him. I'm telling you, I saw him twice.
I didn't even know
outside of basketball.
I didn't even know Slay at this point, so I wanted to ask him if this was true. But back then, everybody heard Jerry Green just kind of threw the ball on the floor and let them do it.
Like I mean,
and Slay, you were like, that's basically true,
and it worked. You know what I'm saying? Like we were
so you
okay
go from
doing it.
You go from that to Bob Knight.
But I will say that's what we needed, though. If we have that same talent and you get that kind of discipline, Lord have mercy. You may run 1 or 2 off though, but
you might have been a national.
See, Bruce's temperament
champion.
Was different, especially when Bruce came in with him being younger at that time, knowing how to communicate. Like it would have been all
intense too.
Yeah, like the guys he went and recruited wasn't far from what was already there with us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The same temperament, character guy.
He aimed high.
Yeah.
This was a fun day.
I don't like this day.
I liked this day.
I bet you did, Babs.
Thank you for honoring your bet, dear Ron Slay.
Well, I still got a couple of days left, Babs.
You do. I was only going to be obnoxious today.
Oh, I thought this was only a Monday thing. You're not even here tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be back Wednesday. I have it.
You gonna check in though on Kentucky?
Yeah, I'm definitely checking it. It was Zephyr sent me the Zoom link.
You keep saying.
What do you mean? If I've sent it to you every Tuesday.
Yeah, sometimes you waver.
No, I've never wavered.
A little hesitation there now and then.
No.
Employee of the month, Zeph.
4 stars, Zeph.
4 stars, Zeph. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Tennessee, Kentucky going at it tomorrow night. We're actually off at 5:30 tomorrow. Is that true? Yeah.
Yes.
In advance of that game, we'll break it down for you. Appreciate you including us in your day. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take it lightly. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be here unless you were getting a shout out right here. First one goes to Amber. Happy birthday, Amber.
In Fayetteville.
That's it.